sick me.
All the things you do for me. Tell you thank you now.
Even when the times get hard, but you still stand by me.
Jehovah, tell you thank you. Them no they pan me when the way don't die. Papa, I dey tell you thank you. The goodness and mercy they follow me every day. It's not to you. I will cry out for them. Still alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive. Yes, alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Still alive.
Just psycho. I no catch Ebola, but I catch Corona. I no know the owner, but by now you know now. Say the short term, no more way it got to me. Pain them by low way it pass for me. Doctors and nurses never scatter we. If you not to God in power, if you don't batter we. 6 feet below ground, so get dust per we. But I tell God, thank you for me life. Thank you for me wife. Thank you for the people that we put in my life. And motor car bang me and not die. Kidney fail me and not die. Corona hold me and not die. The Lord way I deserve me, they are.
Jehovah, tell you thank you. Them no they pan me when the way don't die. Papa, I dey tell you thank you. The goodness and mercy they follow me every day. It's not to you. I will cry out for them. Still alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive. Yes, alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive. I'm alive. I'm alive.
I'm a testifier. The holy Papa God way and the glorifier. For the life he give me in this dunya. Yes, I was a blessing where they drop on my body every night and day. I just say go higher. I did eat some macolum. Plenty money in my pocket. I this one go long. Then me say I not go better. Hey, you can take it. I come up on the poop poop poop. Thank you Lord, you don't do one for me. I'm not better pass the one where they not much worry. Ebola and Corona don't come, but you still cover me. That make I don't say you thank you.
Jehovah, tell you thank you. Them no they pan me when the way don't die. Papa, I dey tell you thank you. The goodness and mercy they follow me every day. It's not to you. I will cry out for them. Still alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive. Yes, alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive.
I'm alive. I'm a survivor. Yeah,
I'm alive.
with your mom,
Still alive.
Whether you're not Christian or Muslim, we all get permits. Papa God one fine day. Corona now that send number. In you carry me anti-go, you carry me padigo. Hey bro, if not for the love of Jesus Christ, oh, Corona for don't carry me go, 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 go. If not for the mommy blessing, oh, una for be don't bury me, oh, oh, oh.
Jehovah, tell you thank you. Them no they pan me when the way don't die. Papa, I dey tell you thank you. The goodness and mercy they follow me every day. It's not to you. I will cry out for them. Still alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive. Yes, alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Still alive. Hey, from all the troubles that the world we don't coming and going, all the yicky take away don't send many good on. I'm still standing. Oh, Papa, now you. Hey, from all the natural disaster and all the illness, you keep me safe and you render me with goodness. I'm here standing. Papa, now you. Papa, now you. I thank you for the guidance, protection you saved me through. Papa, now you. Jehovah, tell you thank you. Them no they pan me when the way don't die. Papa, I dey tell you thank you. The goodness and mercy they follow me every day. It's not to you. I will cry out for them. Still alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm still alive.
Senko.
Fangulem, on a good evening, on a good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Any side where una happen for fen una safe na the world. Guess what? Closer and closer to the end of 2020. 2020 indeed don't be a very tumultuous year for a lot of people, but also a lot of people them also able to realize their dreams them inside 2020. Inside 2020, the world over cry beaucoup. Inside 2020, Doti receive beaucoup. But like the song say, Papa God, we tell you thank you. We name no the pandi one them way then the bear. We are still alive and kicking. We tell God thank you for being alive. Well, today I sit down with Mr. Arun Zubairu and we tell God thank you, he is still there alive, because believe it or not, he self don't diagnose him with the corona, but we tell God thank you for usai we fen we safe. We tell God thank you for life, and we tell God thank you for good health care system. Very important. Mr. Zubairu, I want to make you tell Fambule Adu this evening.
Thank you so much, Miss Matilda, for inviting me. Now, this is your wonderful show. I love them so much. And I would tell God thank you for everything we don't do for we country Sierra Leone, with family, with friends, them, and also the president and the government. So we tell God thank you, we able to deliberate, talk about things that we important to we, things that we get interest in. And I tell God thank you, no symptoms, no nothing, but you just got to follow the protocol for when it comes to the coronavirus. So I tell God thank you for your life, and you're not get for shame for something will happen, because again, an eye opener for anybody, because somebody like me, they use N95 everywhere they go. How we come, we don't know, but I tell God thank you for my life, and I'm happy for stay home for the 10 days and join my own sister. And I also get me picking names. I love her so much because of that. So thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you. We pray say just like you they feel strong now, so you go feel strong over the 10 days until you come out of the quarantine, mandatory quarantine phase. Now, with people them, I know say boku of una been they expect say today I go come for campfire, but if una don't watch me for a very long time, over the past 3 years on social media, going on 4 years, and I for no for say not to all them I they touch on tin way hot. Sometimes I can wait for make the fire don't die down small, so that way the way we they talk, we know they talk out of emotions, but we are talking out of sensibility. We're talking out of reasoning. So now the reason and they make, instead of I bring hot button issues tonight, instead, I want to look at, what we've seen throughout the years, the year, let's do a year in review, because some of them in there, so we don't talk about them. Some of them in there on ourselves don't call. Before I even waste much time, I want to go to Mr. Zubairu and panelists. They're not to Mr. Zubairu no more go there today. See yourself go join we. It just this country, we have to juggle things, and that's what he's doing. But no worry, he go join me as them they go on. Mr. Zubairu, we've been doing a topic we call religious persons appointed as board of directors in gambling institution. And I should say yourself, no, you are a man they in current with any of all the shows them what they do anyways. So whether you're part of the panel or not, you do watch it. So which means you are abreast with everything. Waiting have been you take on that show day, waiting have been you take on that particular situation day.
I won't make you repeat the question because you can't a little bit.
Religious personnel appointed as board of directors in gambling institutions.
Good. Oh wow. So unfortunately I'm not being able to watch that particular show day, which is very unfortunate when I'm able to get to that one. But I don't know what's in every day about if this person is a religious person, but then
so basically make I give you a preamble. So here was a government who said they are fighting corruption. They're trying for, tell people them for make them refrain from corruption and whatnot. And then you get religious personnel religious people them, where then they appoint, first of all, who say religion and gamble meet. Yeah. I think that was the thrust of the show, how religion and gamble meet. Nobody know they wanna see for put inside for appoint as the board of directors them, past religious leaders them. And we know the churches right now, let's call a spade a spade. We are in family here, we they talk about waiting, we they see. The church, they're not clean. The religious leaders, they are not clean. They are in the business of money making. I mean, not all of them, but the majority of them are in the business of money making. So that was the preamble we take Nada Shode for us say, is it really a good thing? Are you trying, they try for that law, now they try for law, the religious leader them into malpractice for making them get their hand dirty, or waiting up in the aim of appointing them into a gambling institution as board of directors?
Yeah. Well, there's a separation between church and state. Now God go judge we. The president get the right to choose who they want for choose. Whether that they play the political game, that's not in choice. So me separates the religion from politics. You cannot be religious and then into politics. You're not going to impose people and your religious doctrine on other people. Then. So in that light, I think that it supports the president for choose who I want if they qualify. And, so other political parties then will take other steps, but for everybody get their own, God go judge me, whether you're a pastor, imam, or what have you. Now you choose for work in a gambling setting or a prostitution area. Now you choose, let make God judge you, but again, the president get right for make them choices then they.
Exactly. And I believe that Nadande Nabimion take as well as in yes, up front, it look foul, up front, it look dodgy, but at the end of the day, it's not only about the president, it's also about the individual and the ethics. If the individual where they appoint feels say, my own values and my own ethics not allow me for participate or partake in such, sphere, then gets the right for object or for politely turn down the nomination or the appointment. But if they feel say, their young, ethics and moral, and values them, allow them for conduct the duty of their work without fear and bias, and they're not go get their hand dirty. Who am I to judge? If religious leader can go and pray for prostitutes and pray for the sick and pray for, murderers, what makes it not okay for them to be, gatekeepers of, the gambling institution? So again, today, like na a year in review, we know the tape and topic, we will just throw light, see what we come up with, and then we move on to the next topic. The next topic where I want for make you rub Motban is we've been do several topics them on parliament, right? And then one of the topic where we've been doing the role of parliament. What is the role of the Sierra Leone parliament? We've been get boku deliberation, and people say this oversight, people say, the responsibilities them now for make law, now for this, now for enact law, now for pass law, now for make sure say the country they work according to the law. So what's in a be take?
Yeah, this not a misnomer now. We country where we constituents them, they get the exceptions. Who wants to become a member of parliament if you come bring money or bring the bacon at that constituency. And what we find out is that the parliamentary, the candidate, they know they explain what's not the responsibility na parliament. So we know what's not the responsibility. The responsibility now for pass bills them, try for confirm people within their point, and also place like waiting they can't happen in Lunge, the parliament get for able for make a judgment and say, okay, this is a very good thing for do, and the president could sign up into law. And also then they for monitor taxes and how then they do the revenue they come in. So now the responsibility that one day. So we get for due diligence to the constituents them, make we tell them exactly what's in the parliament, their responsibility, and also make them able to participate in the conversation where they go on at the country. So we are lacking in that regard because we don't see majority of the parliamentarian them, and then they try to find money, bring and come to the constituents them. Now I make you see that they take bribe, now I make them they go through, then they every time the president come, then they bring come, then they rubber stamp them because again they get for go take care of people. And let's take constituency 110, when 190,000 people and there. Somebody within a parliament, then they pay less than $5,000 a month. How are able for support people away die now the constituents? We not get college money, we probably drown, we not get water. How are able for support all them people in it? So now that now we think we'll get right now where the people are not able for no waiting that the responsibility of the parliamentarian them.
Okay, so you know feel say done day back now because of the fact that the voting will take place in our parliament, the removal of certain parliamentarians and the installation of some parliamentarians will don't lead to the fact that the current ruling administration is not only the administrative now they also they now the inside the world of parliament, then now the majority. So when you have a ruling party being the majority, where is the room for make parliament really do the work? Because you say rubber stamping, where is the rubber stamping coming from? The rubber stamping is happening just like the last regime, and I go make this comparison just like the last regime, where we notice say the majority of them are the Mindena parliament. What happened? All sorts of bill passed, all sorts of act passed, all sorts of deals and whatnot were passed. Now the same thing now they observe with also this current parliament, with the ruling party being the majority in parliament.
Yeah, so you get to understand, say the parliament consists of the parliamentarian them, we get the how you call them, the paramount chief,
the chief then,
the
independent,
and then you get people
the oppositions,
like NGC and also C4C, and then you get the two major party them. I go blame the leader them, the party them. So now I really believe say Cherry Coco is a man where they do the service to the APC party. Then get for watching them, because if something like that happen, now then we don't take a step and stop that. And also I will kind of Dr. Yom Keller try for play a role, but again if you just join the parliament, so it not be able to do with much. So the leaders them, the parliamentarian them, therefore don't take a strong step for either for disband or not represent or not ever take part in any of the bills that they come in the parliament. Therefore, before don't do something for solve this. And what it does, this don't set a precedent where any other leader will come, it will do the same thing. So this is not the conundrum where we don't find ourselves, where leaders them, not them political party, are then they afraid, or then they in cahoot with the other party because then they make money out of them. So me the question, somebody like Cherry Coco, irresponsible for waiting happen. For so many times, Cherry Coco they do things to APC, undermine them. And then the APC people are not say anything. So we don't party like the NGC no get, we only get forward state. We not go do anything. So that this not the conundrum. And also the empowerment shift them. If they don't give them a Range Rover, they don't give them money, how you go able to fight them? Then they support the party really in power. So this is not the problem we encounter now with problem that we can't see.
Okay, so the parliamentarians about 2 weeks ago, I know say some of them have been there, so with me, I ask on a range of questions, and then say, you know, the first challenges them, capacity challenges them, you know, fund, not so much funding, but additional funding in order for make una do a job, and that, you know, they face a lot of bottleneck them. But if you are working for the people and you are not, they not allow una for do una job, una for make the people they know, because na they work for. If una make the people they know for say, listen, we they try for do we work the work way una put we there for do, but because of so and so thing, we're not able to do we work. I should say the people that not go sit down, because nobody no one sit down pan blackout. Nobody no one sit down pa you know pan body host. Nobody no one sit down na place where, you know, na so open defecation they happen. Nobody no wants for making woman you know get belly, go born pikin. The pikin die, the woman die. I mean, I can go on and on and on. So parliamentarians, again, once more, I urge you all, please do the work where the people elect una for do. I know say some of una they try, but your good right now is not good enough. You have to put more effort. Now, make we move on to another topic. Another topic where you've been the part of, because I remember clearly this topic. Now, are Sierra Leoneans able to afford their basic needs? And is the government meeting them? That was the topic we did, where the question was, are Sierra Leoneans able to afford their basic needs? And is the government meeting them?
This is a very, very good question. And this, it comes at the heart of the country. One thing will be happen, then get this Afrobarometer, when an international body where they can't see the status of the country, the well-being of the people, and how the people then they do that in country, then go and do a statistics around the country. What did they tell we say? They say 51% of the people them poor, and 11% are extremely poor. The extremely poor people them sometimes they eat 1 meal or no meal for the entire day. Let me take for example. One bag guess when Mr. Madabio take over the country was 250,000 leones. At today not now 400,000 leones for one bag guess. Think about this. But also, let's talk about the pepper. That pepper weighed by cup. Now been 700,000 leones where Mr. Madabio take over. Now 7,000 leones. This now Afrobarometer where come and do these statistics. But don't talk about the wage also. An average teacher, they get 1.2 million leones per month. You get your family, you get for pay the rent, you get for buy food, and not even sufficient for 1 week for them people here. So our country is there at a depression stage. The exchange rate is poor. I mean, think about how this coronavirus don't decimate the world economy right now. How it affect the ordinary people in Sierra Leone. So we are extremely poor, and we as Sierra Leoneans, we're not able to speak out and tell the government, say, you are doing wrong. And think about all the money, all the grants that they get around the world. we're able to utilize that on with people. So at this stage, we are really poor and we are hungry.
At this stage, we're really poor and we're hungry. I believe saying that then have been the conclusion of that show day, because during that show day, at that time day, as a matter of fact, pepper go up to 7,000, gari go up to 5,000, and so many other things them. And I believe saying at that 10 day, we also do a street interview where being take place where we use Sierra Network.
Right.
Then do an interview where the people, some man say na 1 week now na gari, some man say na 1 month now na gari, some man say I can just try no more, get small thing, get the pikin and make them eat and then me drink water. We cannot live we can't afford to live in a country where so many grants they come in, so many aid they come in. The people and they say then they look to government saying they look to them partners them for money. How long gonna go continue for look to our partners them for money? When are we going to try beginning to fend for ourselves and develop for ourselves and actualize and realize for ourselves? And we are today at the same, many months ago, earlier on this year where we do that show day, to Usai we fend we safe today, the needle has not moved. As a matter of fact, more people have become poorer. More people have become hungrier. So please, Papa government, I know you all are listening. Please do something. When una sit down and una host them, una de eat una fat kuta them, and una de eat una rice, and una de eat una cassava, and una de eat una potato, and una de eat una salad, or una de eat una with soup and fufu, because I know say una all like with soup and fufu or with soup and okra. Please think about that little girl or that little boy or that woman or man sitting somewhere where from this morning water safe, clean water for drink and not get. Please let your conscience make you do the work for your people.
Yeah, Miss Matilda, I'm not just tell you now, so yeah, just want to our states now, so. In reports don't come say Mr. Madabio in nutritionist, then they pay him $2,100 a month. The one where they cook for Mr. Madabio in family and people within our house. $2,100. A average doctor in our country, then they pay them $1,300 a month. A doctor,
right?
We get 380 doctors in the entire country of 7-point-something million people. An average teacher they get 120, but a nutritionist where they work for Mr. Marabio, if they get that kind of amount of money, this is wrong. It's not right. But we want to let people that they know the type of leader that we get, and then they can make their choice. Now the reason why I make that is not the reason why I make with the come at the social media and give some talk about which they go on our country. Thank you, ma'am.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I not say the president enough for be healthy, that enough for get a nutritionist, that enough for watch what they put now in mouth, that enough for be exercise and do well. But if you're not able to put a budget for pay a nutritionist where they cook for the first family over $2,000, the one where they save the lives of the Sierra Leoneans, them, the one where they make sure say the Sierra Leonean population then grow according to the way where they're supposed to go, the pediatrics, the gynecologists, the generalists, the internists, the anesthetics. And I can keep going on and on and on. Then self need for live a dignified life. Then self need for bring home something worthy of the job. Then self get families them where then they feed. Then self get people and we depend on them. So again, to the government, I know you guys might think, we sit here and we criticize. This is not about criticism. This is about just look at the facts, state the fact for what it is, and hopefully you will do better. Because I know there is better in you. There is better in every individual. There is better in everyone. You just need to get the willpower and exhibit the strength for demonstrate better. So please do better for the one that way they educate we. The one that we don't educate we and the one that way they educate you. Speaking of the teachers, how would I expect for a teacher for live on a salary of 1.2 million per month? waiting at the strength, waiting at the chop money, waiting at the transport. They get for feeding picking them, then get for sick, then get for going to hospital. Ebo Salone Alpha. Anyways, as we dey move on, the other topic where we've been doing, I think say Yusuf been the part of this topic, I'm not sure. Now the question where we ask now, have the current administration made lasting gains for Sierra Leonean in the international community?
You asked me the question, right?
Yes.
I've been deep at that particular discussion, Dima. If Sierra Leone don't make a lasting gain, in the international world, then they make some strides. Then I can tell you. And the reason why we see where they give you $400 million grant. But where they do the nitty gritty about waiting the gun our country, Sierra Leone hasn't. But the question asked, in the international world, they say corruption is one of the hindrances to the progress that we country. So the international world thinks they will do well. When it comes to the law, we are not doing right. We impose so much law on the poor man, like I talk now, Soma. We get now 300 people for day now Pademba Road. Now then make that place there for today now 1,300 daily. Other than the people who then they arrest, now people who they thief person's cell phone, now person with a job bag, now person where it costs somebody mama, but the person where it costs know somebody na police station and go lock that person there. Now then people in there. So we know exactly what's in the gun our country. We see the abuse where they go. We see when they kill 48 people them na Pademba Road. The international world not they pay attention now because then take waiting matter beyond any administration they say. You still see do now McKinney, Tonkalimba, Lonsar, all the places that they all the type of the killings them. Then when they and not also when then they arrest people them. The international world not they pay attention to them today. But I don't know if they give a lasting but in your opinion, I don't think so. But international they get their own opinion. So that's not my answer, man.
Right. So the international community then go form their own opinion based on waiting, obviously, the reports then when they get back. They not always get, observers then at the ground for always monitor the nitty gritty. And it is not their role, not to their responsibility for always monitor the nitty gritty affairs of a nation. Remember, they are partners. They are bilateral partners. Some of them are multilateral partners. So if you're not a partner, they can have somebody in us that you can't tell I'm waiting for how for waiting. So sometimes they come in when they see say Gary don't swell or water don't pass Gary. Just like in the case of constituency 110, the recent election will conclude. Because that election, that by-election day, or constituency or local election, they don't won 3 times. That was the 3rd time. Anyway, a civil society or a so-called civil society person, where they interview and they say, this not a local election, this not a national election, so therefore the international community not been for send representation for can monitor this election. Guess what? I disagree with Dandy. The international community gets all right for sending representation for can monitor that election day. Because guess what? The money they inside that election day, treat them. The money they inside that election day. Okay? And then not only that, treat them inside one constituency when I don't do the same election. Now the 3rd time this. So obviously the need for can monitor because they don't see reports them. They don't see videos them. They don't see happenings. So the need for can monitor and see, okay, this time around, make we can see with we on 2 Boliai. And this time around, because they know for say there were international, electoral observers dispatched into the various polling station them behavior, Dog no a master, cabaslot no a missus.
Yes, yes.
Now then they go left and dog no a master, cabaslot no a missus. We all know the outcome. Una yeri fin happen, una yeri any tussle and bustle, una yeri any agata they run cutlass na street, una yeri any of that one day. Even the minister of lands, when a mistake, quick one, then call into attention, say you're not supposed for there so.
Yes.
You not get right for there so. So these are some of the things. Why make we get the common sense for apply them in the yaso. We get the common sense for observe protocol. But why make we for always the sidonte other man can tell we waiting for do? Why make we the sidonte all a man put rope now we neck before we do waiting right? Mm-hmm. That is the question. Do I think that the current administration make gains in the international community for the Sierra Leonean people? I think yes. My serious answer is I think yes. Yes, for the simple fact that yes, within the based on the reports and waiting they don't see, they're able pass them for the MCC. We don't see USAI, they don't bring 54 million rice contracts. Now, remember, I'm just saying what the projects are. I'm not getting into the nitty-gritties of the project. When I go inside the Igbale now for waiting the inside the project, that then other talk. But for now, make we just say waiting. We don't suicide 270 expansion of airports they take place. Not so. We don't see also some small thing there. We don't see USAID and say they make open bid for build the bridge na Lunge. Then we don't tell we say now this year December now that bridge they begin. Well, we have few more days to the end of December of this year. Make we waiting and go tell we but the bridge. Mm-hmm. Right now, I've been saying not to miss it. Now, I've been saying I go back and I go listen to and talk there. I've been saying this year December the bridge go down begin. That when I go down, we go down begin see movement. But then now we not begin see movement. When I say when they build diagnostic center, when I say that money when I been together from ACC now for diagnostic center, not so. Now I hear Madam First Lady in the say any man then they can build hospital. Now the money make a left and so I don't know how much it costs for build hospital. So now in say then now we really say in self now in talk and say before the money na been for how them call them na been for diagnostic center. Now then they talk say money na for bridge. So people don't play with our intelligence, neither do you not play with we brains them or we memory cells them. Please stick to one thing because we remember exactly what you say and how you say it. Stick to one thing and stick to it and let us see it through. Not begin they can dege way. You not get for work. So like I said, do I believe that they've made gains? Yes, I think say they don't make gains, but are they lasting gains? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I can't say that they are lasting gains. That I don't know mommy go left and for now.
Yeah, the gains when they make, right? I don't know if not gains, something where not they make a dent in the economy. When not they improve on people in life, I don't think it's gains. Let me talk about the airports where they talk. I mean, the amount of money they even invest, so they can put all the money. If me want to make a dent in my country, I will begin talk about Freetown. Now, 2 million people in there today. 2 million people are overpopulated. We get 100,000 of them people and they're homeless. They don't get water in the country. The water system bad. The road system bad, educational system, judiciary system, everything bad. $250 million. If you ask them add some more money, you go get a city for migrate them people a day to another place, whereby you go create a new school, new hospital, new affordable homes, and that is a very good investment. A airport, when the road and dilapidate in the entire country, we will not get the best hospital, but then they give a $25 million grant to a new company. We know what they perform the duty we to go ask out for. 25 million. We go build that diagnostic center where we first lady to talk about. It's all, and I make her say, everybody get their own opinion, but I disagree with them. Thank you.
Okay, so after that, show day, and remember, people, not all the show them what we do throughout the year. We go talk about. I just pick some few them when I been obviously all the show them are hot button issue, but I just pick some few of the shows them for discuss tonight. So if una notice say some show them they were not call and I show them one I've been really want for make we touch on again or topic them. I am sorry, I'm just one person. I can just do what I can. Okay. We've been doing another show where we've been titled Where is Sierra Leone Heading? Who are the actors and who and the audience? So we've been okay, where is Sierra Leone heading? Really? Even when we sit down IASO today, this is a question we can still ask. Where is Sierra Leone heading? Who are the actors them and who are the audience?
Yes, ma'am. Who are the actor? Who side Salone the head for now? With the head for a real political fight, a political division, a tribal war. Now they develop now the country. I'm hoping that not gonna happen. But the way how things they go, the way how then they suppress other people them, we know say there's a potential for a tribal war. When you they go, you go for go arrest a president, disrespect him, not get the right, and say in a corrupt person. When in fact the people in the country know say, Mr. Madabio any administration, they're not clean. Over the entire year, we see so many money they lost, including the coronavirus money. The people in the front line nurses, the doctors, them, they be say that they give them money for 12 weeks, they not pay them. Money they lost last year. And then you go point finger on the other man, tell us you're not the thief man, you not a thief man. And this is not the lasting fight where they come. There will be a tribal war. When you the majority of the people where they work in matter be at this administration, now Sandy, you get rid of all the camera them. Other than the actor them, now the president, now the chief minister, now the justice minister, now these are the actor them, the main actor them, the justice minister, the finance minister, and the president. Now then they act. And other than the one them, when are the audience. Now we're out now the Western world where we live a better life, but the one the way they suffer, now the people them within are the gone. We not get don't know what's in the happen, no understand what's in the happen. They not get the privilege for even ask the president a question. They go jail them. Now then are the one the way they suffer. Now we are the audience where they outside where we will pay attention to the detail of what's in the gone in our country. Thank you.
Okay. Who are the actors? Who are the audience? Indeed, right now, I think say that day I've been left me thoughts of. Only time will tell who the actors are and who the audience are, because sometimes there is a blur. It can blur, you know. We're not going to know that are the actors, we're not going to know that are the audience at some point. Mm-hmm. But one thing is clear is that the actors are not acting. And the audience is many a times asleep. Mm-hmm. The actors are not acting because the actors are supposed to keep the audience awake.
Yes.
The actors are supposed to keep the audience awake. The actors are supposed for now like where they watch film.
Yes.
Where the film good. Where the film good. Where the film really good. You know they sleep. Except na 3 o'clock morning. You hear the dry king because you want to see the ending. But where the film not good, they sleep. You know they even know self when the film done. Pass no more now middle night you wake. You say, hey, the TV still there on. You turn this TV off. You run go to bed, go lay down. Yeah. But that's not the Sierra Leone. That is not the Sierra Leone way we want. The Sierra Leone way we want na a Sierra Leone where, you know, the actors actors are playing their part, they are acting, and the audience is alive watching. And they are commenting and they are guessing, you know, what the next role will be, what the next scene will be, you know, and how the movie will end. And sometimes they are capable of predicting how the movie will end, and sometimes they are surprised.
True.
In this particular situation, I don't know that any of us can predict how this movie will end. But there is one thing I can guarantee you. There is a film rolling. Film they play. But how the film they play, we don't know. How we go end, we don't know. I go ask we technical team, make them play a quick sound for we, music for we, even as we come back and take on another segment of the, you know, year in review. Okay, Fambulem, I hope so. Now you're reading that sweet song there from Salone. You know, we go get for actually they talk to we musicians them for see if we can they play the music then small, you know, make with the rack pala and the rub body, you know, and at the same time it's free promotion for them. If they're not going to pay me to be sitting here, I might as well, you know. You know, you listen, I am making you money when I play these songs, okay? But listen, copyright infringement, the song is just for entertainment purposes. We are not going to use it to do anything else, and we respect the creative geniuses behind these, you know, entertaining music. Now, make we continue for move on. The other topic where I want, where we've been discussed is, the CEO. What do we make of the entire CEO and also the reports, the revelations that were made in the reports?
The what again?
The COI, sorry, the COI. The COI, what do you make of the COI and also the revelations them will come up now the COI report?
Wow. It was, to me personally, it wasn't shocking because obviously I did pay attention to everything where they go on. But the greed make, I think, say, some of the politicians, they not get hard. Some of the politicians, they not they look the country in 10, 20 years. Some of the people, the way we go call the actors, them, not get vision, not to think of the ordinary man, the amount of money where we see unaccounted for. You know, it's sad. You know, the only problem I get with somebody like Ernest Baikoma, yes, he do some things right when it comes to developing the country. I've been listening at the Commission of Inquiry, now they talk about the Mama.
Yeah, yes.
Exactly. And Ernest Baikoma, we beat him because he do some things that wrong. Let's take, for example, he give contracts to people we're not entitled to them. He overspent. He charged the country too much money for one broom, which will cost 700,000 leons. Mr. Ernest Baikoma at the time charged the country 7,000 leons. Oda Sam, Lara, Taylor Pierce. So many money them unaccounted for. But we see Mr. Ernest Baikoma and brother, they get money for free. Who say take that money, they go? What about the boss them when they say they go buy? All the amount, the other thing was so bad is then waive all we debt that we get from IMF and the World Bank. All in 11 years, we owe $2.9 billion again. Who say all that money they go? We not see no better school, The roads that are still dilapidated, it spent for 1 square mile, it spent $3 million. Who do I give them contract today? Who side that money they go? So I appreciate when they come, they bring this out, but the way at which then they go, we then serve the thief, the government, but then they point finger at Ernest Baikoma. They should be prosecuted, yes. But again, it should be fair. I don't think say this Ben Kelfala for be the one where they call the president for come for kind interview. It they under the justice system, the justice department. So and I think say Mr. Ben Kelfala jump. This is not a responsibility for say go arrest a president. Now that's I think about in a nutshell.
Okay, so for the one that we pay close attention to the COI, Boku people let me observe different things them. Two, we bring in international judges them, and then a local judge, even though they don't work internationally, gets extensive experience. We see Boku people then be called to the witness stand. When we look inside the report, we begin see beberebe money them, beberebe host them, beberebe assets them. Say some man say this belong to them, some man say that they not belong to them. But this not an ongoing case, done it because some man still to this day gets court case. Because when the CEO I don't now, then they're going to, charging, the people in way they feel say culpable, or where warrants, or where they no one for settle with, or where they want to make the justice system look inside them business some more. But again, this take we now to another topic where I be named the game of chess between the ACC and EBK.
Mm-hmm.
Who will say checkmate? In this game of chess, even as we roll with the COI, everything where we know from the reports, I know say we deliberate on this back and forth. We get about 3 or 4 shows them way surround this, and we look at the COI report from head to tail with Comam, or 3 of the reports them, and we even not done as a matter of fact, because we not even show waiting the people then at the streets say it. We get a video then the way we interview people then at streets. We get for yearly waiting and say, but then we they keep on for when we come back next year. But what you see so far, because for all the tussle and bustle and whatnot, finally the former president Ernest Baikoma and Ben Kelfala finally sit down. 2 them, we know that they for sure where they meet for an interview spanning over 11 hours, waiting and not discuss, we don't know the detail. But one thing is for sure is that the money laundering where Ben Kelfala been alleged say they investigate the former president for not being calm during that interview day, according to the former president's own legal representation. So what do you feel in this game of chess between the ACC and Ernest Baikoma? Who do you feel say go say checkmate?
Ooh, good question. Who do I go say a checkmate? To be honest with you, I think say Ben Kelfala. And the reason why Mr. Ernest Baikoma, believe it or not, now one of the most popular people in our country. And I think say Ernest Baikoma, it played politics with the poor people with the OJ people with the society people and with the people where they na in own side, the APC people So in my own opinion, Mr. Ben Kelfala, therefore be careful on waiting in the try for doing this country. A one full name, I can tell you this, not underestimate the APC or Ernest Baikoma and what he get for fight back. So let me see how this could end. So we see, and as by Komade say, they're not talking about money laundering. But we see Kalfala say, we could try for investigation, but we don't know if you ask the question. This is not a game. Not a game we no warranted. That's all I can say.
Okay. Yeah, and appropriately so, I named that show day, you know, in the game of chess between the two, Alejo them, Uda go say checkmate. You know, I go reserve my comment right now, but for people and feel say, you know, Ben Kelfala will say checkmate. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Some people and feel say, you know, the former president will say checkmate. Again, I don't know. I honestly don't know. There's one thing I can say for certain. The former president is very popular. He's very well respected around the world by his peers. But that is not for say, if you do bad, the law, you know, for be judged according to the law. Because if you do bad, the law for all you and you for be judged according to the law. But wait, make we see. We don't know. We don't know. We only are going by the facts them where they allow we for go by, and that's so we go get for left arm. Right? Okay, now, as we continue to go on, the phone lines them are now open for anybody who want to give if their own 2 cents, even as we go along. So everybody gets 2 minutes for making contribution. And when you make your contribution, please let it be on waiting the issues the way we they address tonight, or past shows. The issues the past shows the way we they address tonight. Let it not be on current issues, please. Now, make we move on to another topic where we've been doing the McKinney saga. Waiting on at the end of the day, looking back today, what are your thoughts about it? Make a welcome CEO. CEO, welcome. And I will just give this topic directly to you, even as you tell family I do. McKinney saga, go on.
Family I do. I say you already. I'm not giving put food service on your already. What you want to talk about it?
So basically, in a year in review, we just look at different topics them where we've not do all throughout the year, what you've been talk or what you not been talk, and then just give with you right now as it stands on those topics. So we've been talking about the McKinney saga. What do you make of it today?
Well, I believe say the McKinney saga tell you something we don't tell me the avoid. It until we talk to the country divide, and this divide and conquer politics, it until they go on. Most Salone in the time for say no, you know, they just like similarly, I think say this other discussion they come up slowly talk about tribalism, sectionalism, you get this different perception of arguments, you know, and nothing say don't go to tribalism, we just talk about them, but in all day in reality, slowly. Then so this year back begin to talk about political divide. The thing happened at McKinney be unfortunate. Be unfortunate because both sides, I mean the people of the administrators in McKinney and also the central government fail for do them job in one way or the other. The central government forget to realize say McKinney fall under Salone jurisdiction. And the people of McKinney and Mother be the president, no matter what happen. Now in we all look up to. So it get the right now. The people are named people them. You get SAP people inside McKinney, as much as you get APC people inside McKinney. You know APC they more popular, but again you get all kinds of inside McKinney. So no matter what, now you know the president, now you know the boss, now you're in charge. The people in McKinney back also for they fail to realize say President being our president, not to President Kogoma. No matter what Kogoma don't do in 11 years. Every money President Kogoma used to buy anything that's not state money, it belongs to the state. Where President Bill come in charge. So if we play the politics safe, make we play a certain way where we not say we not will hinder ourselves and we community and we begin them. Somebody play bad politics with the young people because they know say they're vulnerable. From what you understand and tell them say they know say most of the young man are businessman in the circle was and other things that you go tell them say they can't take your generator away, you say you make money, think for react. So then people are not going to read between the line, because I don't know, I even surprised when the young man, most of them don't know, so now women they use at that point. But again, politicians enough for put up. They would don't tell and say, Bumuna that will now back up generator. If I wouldn't use now we generate. I tell from that what they react, say now we property, now we own personal property, they can't take on away because we're not part of the government, which was unfortunate on both sides. And the unfortunate thing is, I don't think Sierra Leone not fully learned from that incident. That's not the unfortunate part, because we still continue back for play that same old kind of politics we go for the way back into that same thing. So again, I hope say both sides they don't learn from this, and we hope say this kind of thing will ever happen on Sierra Leone again. No matter what, let we find a way to move forward now and stay away from this bad politics.
Okay, Mr. Zubayo, same thing, the McKinney saga. Today,
the McKinney saga was predicted. Thank you, Mr. CEO, for joining me. But let me talk about this again, right? Whether the government get the generator or McKinney then they assign them to, I don't think say it gets to that level for execute human being them. The problem when I imagine this for a generator, which costs $90,000, then keep the shoot people and shoot somebody through in heart. Then they look up. In mama then they look up. All man they cry. Then they put them and they bleed profusely for a generator. We get Mr. Abu month before this, say if they catch any of the beginning, they will make sure say the mama they wear black for them. 1 month later, when Abu do that, they suspend them and then they bring them and then they kill with bikini. Is it 9 of them? They kill them like that for a politics. Any government, any president, for able for say, I go protect the sanctity of life, each and every one of the beginning. Therefore, able for live their full potentials. If let's say they be left at a particular place, then go out and talk to or go arrest the chief or other responsible. You're not able to communicate with them people. We begin and not before die so today. Not only that, the game where they play, then keep the body. They refuse for release the body down. But not only that, we friends them, the president no say an order of word. We fumble them. He no say one word. After they shoot them beginning day, some people in the veranda, and then they shoot them. This is a politics and a message that Marabio and the administration sending to people. If una mistake, now the grave now will send them. And this is a calculated behavior in their own right. There's no reason for any person for die for a $90,000 generator. That's not my opinion.
All right, Matilda, before you come in, yeah, I don't say right now, the car spice now, but let's make that for post work. Mr. Zubairo, I think say before we even take them to Madabio, we the Sierra Leonean citizens and now we are at fault in so many ways. I will break them down why. Not to tell them we can keep people in a salon on that kind of stupid way, then the way government and they come over and over the kill. What do we do? Instead of we come and point at the government and go after the people, and we begin attack ourselves and make them like a political game. APC team, what is it? APC supporters they come up and say anybody can attack will kill you like 4. The same supporters then they come out, they point to the supporter and say we'll kill you now. Same thing when this one happen, SAP supporter about the talk say we will discipline now, we'll kill you now. We the citizen system now we not the problem because for many politicians they get away with them things here. Now we they give them the ammo, we give them the go ahead say okay. As long as you carry with party symbol, you can kill anybody. I will come and sit and dance for you. That are not see no evil, you know do not evil. There's nothing wrong there. So I think say before we the call to the politicians say now we the citizens have to begin to accountable first. Say why make them kind killing here they happen? We get when they come on social media or on other side and justify them because now in party in power. I believe if we able to self accountable, politicians then will begin to respect it. Even the police. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're not the one for all. I vehemently disagree with you, Mr. CEO.
Yes, sir.
Because the ordinary citizen, not a think like how you think. They're not probably not get even eat, or they're not even educated. We want for all them. They're not even get the civic education to see what their responsibility is. But we know the leaders them that are able to unite the people, that they're able to remove once you take over a country. Now that time you start for begin govern, uniting the people and bring them together. And if they want to bring any anarchy, law, arrest them, put them in jail, try them, and tell the people, the president, go on the national television and say, I want to make the country a country where everybody get the right to exist. But the law will bite you. If we see una take the law into our own hands, and una try for prevent we from make the country better, we go all on accountable. But for let we say, because the citizen them, they're not a think like how me and you they think, or how the government they think, we they hold them accountable, then I think still we'll be sketching this.
No, what's can I say this? Now we get the power. Now we they changed. Because the politicians what they talk not going to do, because if they make we come together, then we lost. The only way they will win is divide and conquer. If me and you two, like I say, what to the table say, if we come together and say what we gather the political party, they come after them, they're not going to ever get what they want, because this is not work for them. So I think say we on job now for sensitize to go ahead the system and say they go to do now, so it can be a slow pain, but eventually it will pay dividends if we let them know say this is our right. There's a difference between political ideology and there's a difference between abuse of power or human violation or human rights violations. These are straight human rights violations. There's nothing. It has nothing to do with political parties. It has to do with citizenry. So what do we need to do right now? We desensitize them and get them the ammo. Now that make most of them program what they do, but politicians don't want them because they know that eventually they get for take that stuff and get at the hand. They also have the type of thing that what they move on to. They will begin move on. If you don't listen, most of them they say we the Northerners or San Temine or we the Mende, we the Southerners. When they begin use that word, they do the identity politics. Now we against them. You know what I mean? So the man we need to stand together and fight them, now means we fight each other right now. So when you guys, what make they use the word saying that the citizens say, if we all may come out in numbers, every single we got some political party, you see APC sign, you see SPP sign, you see NGC sign, CPC sign. This thing they don't take it seriously. The reason they don't take it seriously because they no say, they will just say we party. If not APC can ask you to go deal with you now. APC back come, if you SPP can ask you to deal with you now. This is not going to ever solve. We'll every new government will go for continue to do this over and over and over when it's going to start.
Okay, man.
Exactly.
Yes,
every government we come, we go continue this so long as we allow politicians, them and people for utter that statement. Your mama go wear black for you. Now your mama go cry for you. But at the end of the day, they forget that, you know, the same people and when they say them mama go cry for them, now them then support the need. Now then vote the need. So I always say this to the youth: educate yourself. You are the prize. The prize is not them. You are the prize. Know your worth. Always they say this: know your worth, know your value. The moment where we youth population them understand their worth, understand their value, there will be a shifting. Because guess what? These people always are of the notion that, again, antemene, yai mende, or whatever they can say. You know, it's always one tribe against the other. It's always one people against the other. Whereas we are Sierra Leoneans, is always missing in that debate. Make I go to the caller. Caller, waiting at your name and also the call from. Hello, caller.
Yeah, good evening. This is Ronaldo to talk.
Yes, Ronaldo, what do you get for this event?
Me just want to let GM no say and the listeners they no say. Salone people are not vote for say not to today this begin. They want not to today this begin. They not vote for that. They vote for change, and the change they vote for better Sierra Leone. Not so for begin they compare yesterday and today. No. When the people in camp, they say new direction. New direction, mean, they forget about all what we don't pass. But they can new ways them now. And when they can wash, and we will for talk, the way we for the talk now say, oh, let us today begin. That would have bid for them people there. Let them continue for the do bad and bad and bad. When you talk, they say, oh, wait, let us today begin. Not to that, these Salone people they vote for. These Salone people they vote for the change. What they count, they fool the people and say they're in a new direction. So now we ask yourself the question: what's in new? What's in the gun our country show? And if we don't have social media, they will not tell the truth. We will not tell the truth. And when they talk now, I say, oh, APC and this. There is no way no day for like what will happen in our country show. We will not blame the government within our power right now. You talk about the commission of inquiry, and it will happen. Now, just which one we know. But we pass with faith for soccer. But if we not faith for soccer, now, in no more they happen in our country. You know, now, if you just talk about fighting corruption, then we get them 10 reports how they can our country. Although, like program, say not to talk about that. But what's corruption will be fed? So, thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much, caller. Caller, waiting on your name and also you call from. Hello, caller. Okay, so let's keep going. Now, next topic where I want to make we talk about is earlier on in the year, we do a show, is the Attorney General serving the people of Sierra Leone. And this is not the correct Attorney General. That was the then Attorney General. And then, shortly after we do that show, there's something happened. I go back, and I'm not going to refresh on our memory because on all they watch the show, on all watch that show there. Mr. Zubairu, again, we are here now. The question was, is the Attorney General serving the people of Sierra Leone? And that was then that question was posed during the service of the immediate former Attorney General, Priscilla Schwartz.
Priscilla Schwartz, exactly. We remember them, Priscilla Schwartz, now a woman, the first Attorney General in our country. Promise a woman, a professor in England. With the Chief Minister, David Francis, and they make the connection, they come. But when they come, Uda is in responsibility now for them in charge and protect and also make sure that you're able to execute the law equally. But what did this woman do? It come as a rebel rouser, supporting the president, supporting the administration. It they go now, place them, they yell, yalla, talking, giving all props to the president. But the worst way it do, now when we get the Salone has a chance of getting to coronavirus, when they give the president 3 months for state of emergency, which was right. That's I could tell people and say, Dr. Yom Keller was right for give that to the president. Because you get to put contingent plan together before it's put that we got to, because we get an history of what will happen with Ebola, how we almost decimate the country. So for that reason, Dr. Kande Yom Keller said, when they give you 3 months and you can come back. In fact, the law say now only 21 days I don't forget them. Well, this Attorney General, guess what's going to happen? It gave the president 1 year and it took him against the rule of the law. The woman violates the Constitution and give them 1 year. Now that's what they affect we so. So when Madam Yo say, he said, in looking at for give detail on how he spent the coronavirus money, now based on Priscilla Schwartz. When it come with Mr. Priscilla Schwartz, he lost case with Paulo Conte. We they serve the president. How much did the government spend? $700,000. Close to $1 million for lock and jail Paulo Conte to fight for the president. Not only that, he lost 2 cases with a mining company. Them, the woman she came to work for the president. But because of we at the social media spoke so hard against her, he was gone. And we better take it. He served the president, not the country.
Okay, make I go to the caller and then I go to CEO. Caller, waiting your name and where you call from.
Hello.
Yes, caller, waiting your name and where you call from.
Yeah, Almina Almami, I call from Pennsylvania.
Okay, what do you get for we this event then?
Yeah, in this topic, I just want owner to talk for say waiting at the way forward. One thing we make me say in the way forward, I think, is a fight against corruption, but not how we the fight them, so with the fire force approach. For make we able to put somebody like Ben Kefala in the good books of history, again for build mechanism for make corruption not happen. Again for build mechanism where they prevent corruption. Corruption, you know, they fight and way don't happen. Now prevent you, they prevent them. So watching that the structures them where Ben Kefala they put in place where go make corruption limit and not happen. Not about saying after all the people that don't think you go after them, where they get all them kind of problem here where they happen. Watching at the structures they all for put, so make it not happen again, so that the next administration will go come or any further administration will get for come, they're not going to go through them things here. If we not prevent corruption, America also they are so. It's a corrupt country, but then put structures in place for prevent them, make it not happen. So now the structures that we need. If we not get them structures in there, no matter what them can follow do, then go up and down, we will still continue to see the corruption where they happen. I don't know how true they say the auditor general reports don't come out and say money they're missing. Why? Because structures are not in place. So if we not put structures in place, it's nothing. We're just wasting with time. We're not going anywhere. If this administration come out, other one come. The same thing will happen so now for happen because the system is corrupt. Until we put checks and balance, we put structures in place, we go make the system not become corrupt. Now that's not my contribution no more. One small law put structures in place for prevent corruption. Not the way don't happy we will begin waste resources behind them. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Okay, CEO, I go to you. Waiting a beyond take on the former Attorney General.
It's simple. All right. You take any attorney general in the world, take the one at UK, take the one at America, carrying on a Salone. Then they act the same way each and every one who go by there. You take Prince Lashwat right now, bring on a UK. The woman, that woman, the election at a prestigious university in the UK, they get a very good resume if they go Salone. What happen? They just follow the same line like we doc before it became a follower. We get systemic problem as I you. You go take the best person in the world, you go do up and say system book. It don't corrupt. So I don't think it's much about the individual, it's about the system. Until we change the system, nothing is going to change. All the people they talk about, so chief minister, they all get good resume overseas. Then they go, then do their job perfectly. And then we get so much respect. As soon as you don't play inside the system, I make somebody ask me, one who says politics and Salone, I say, heck no. I'm not going to politics and Salone because it mess your life up. The system that mess you. Don't just talk about the Dr. Yum Keller. I promise you the next 4 or 5 years, Dr. Yum Keller, if you don't find a way around, they go put in your resume. Politics don't fight for overseas, here they go. So the system not saying, but again, the question is how we going to fix the system? Is it because we all get we all know the problem, but the solution are shortcoming. Everybody will come. If you listen to SPP campaign team, you go feel and come with the tongue Hosanna, the tongue Ever. What happen? Not that they lost money past the way they safe. So this is the thing. So I don't think it's much about the Anthony Jones, about the system, because when you come in, you get for work for them how they did before. The way they fix the system, you get for work for the president, not the people there. It's just that simple. If you're a parliamentarian, you work for your party, not the country. Because if your party pulls him on a yarn, you don't lost everything. So until we go back and do a postmortem about the problem of Sierra Leone and find a way for fix somewhere in the system will work for the people, not the one in power, it not go work. Salone, now the system will work for the one in power. American Donald Trump guy, he tried to do so many things, but because of the system is in place. But putting the way we get away with. If Sierra Leone, if we don't turn Idi Amin Pawi, You see,
Yeah.
so it might have to be Idi Amin. It not work. So again, it's the system. We'll not get the system in place yet. We want for copy the white man, but we're not copy the white man. Do for make your system work.
Mr.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Salone,
Okay. Go on.
I want to make we get a optimistic now so we can able for change. You say you don't want into politics at the big you try for the into politics. Politics that we put at the big you so as Miss Matilda. This is not a laughing matter. Because
Make I give you an answer to this one time. What you done, I give you an answer to and one time.
It's very serious. You know what you do? We at the West, we can able make an impact because we don't know how other country then they develop their country. We get people away, they really go against the norm. They go back and join into that system. I can tell you today, Dr. Yonkela, for how many years we done this so today? It not joined by them. We get people with conviction about their country. And then people in the una wedding at the West, una go back and run against them people also. Fight against them, change the system. We get to go back and run against these people. Them. They're not smart past me and you. They're not strong past me and you. It's just that then they're with the people away uneducated, unfortunately. But if we left them, the country where we call Salone, the country where we love, the people make we all be friends and brother and sister then today, it could go on. It could be gone. Look how global warming they affects we country. We ordinary people don't know that. Then they build at the mountain and they cut all the tree them. The president is sell timber like I say it wrong. Make money for your family. And we know say CO2 levels, it rise in the world. And we still left them to their own devices. We're not the run for politics. Politics rule the law of the world. We see what's happening in America, how things changed in the country in 4 years. Election matters. Leaders matter. We need for change that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Zubairo. Election matters. Vote, who you vote for matters. Leaders matter. But more important in all of this, structures matter. Institutional structure matters. Ethics matters. Work ethics matter. Just like Mr. Mohammed say, many of these people, they don't work overseas, they get stellar resumes them. They get serious work ethics them. They get the know-how. But the moment them pull them come on here, them pluck them go inside Salone. I don't know what's happened. Breeze change. Breeze change and they become, you turn like for say, then they become a fool. Like when me late granny can say. Then they behave like a fool. All of the knowledge then where they get, all of the master sabi, the know-how, the respect where people then give them because of the demonstration of work ethics and ethical code, suddenly then throw away on our water side. Then they self join Kakadebul and begin dance Kakadebul. Make I go to the caller them. Caller, waiting at your name and also you the call from. Hello, caller.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I call from Virginia.
Okay.
I want to address you, panelists, Mr. Zimbaru. I think he is just there representing Yonkela. But let me say something about him. You know, see no difference between Yonkela and any other member of parliament like that, Salone. Even though he has so many respect because the way he's talking, everything is like Yonkela have been crystal clear or inaccurate in our parliament. What has he done? All the money that we are paying him, what has he done as individual? I mean, I support our and Gevao and others. When the system is rotting, they came out and said it. But what's Yunkela doing as a leader of his party? Nothing. Come on, let sleeping dog lies. But I come in here, sitting down there, defending one individual. Thank you. We're all from Sierra Leone. I don't even know when last he went to Sierra Leone.
Okay, so I'll go take the next call. Just write you response back. Anybody will want for response. Write your response back. I'll go to the okay. We lost the caller, so Mr. Zubai, I'll go give you 1 minute to make you respond to that caller.
Yeah, and I can thank you very much, Mr. Caller, for making reference to me. Mostly what they can show there. So it's they elect for say what you don't do for your country. Who's tell us you're gonna your country? Yes, I was there 2000 last year. We independence in Sierra Leone. Not only Agona Sierra Leone, but I open school then. We build bridge then day. We feed people in day. And when the corona happen, we do things for people. Yes, now Zubai, when I know the person, we make that bag. We then get tomato. We then send the lockdown. Now all 27 slums them. We give 700 people them rice each and every days. So that I don't do for me country. Then we come to Dr. Yunkela. Dr. Yunkela is not the president of Sierra Leone, but in constituents, let's tell you what Dr. Yunkela don't do. The only place where they support themselves with rice, then they feed themselves, and then they sell rice to the country. Now, Dr. Yunkela in constituents. When you talk about school, Dr. Yunkela don't open 3 schools so far. 1 church and 1 mosque then. He don't build bridge in that place. When you talk about agriculture seeds them, Dr. Yunkela don't give to people them. Dr. Yunkela, when he begin talk about the government on how they misuse money, then pull up now all the cabinets, all the position the way every day part. Then pull up all for them. The
committees them.
Thank you. God bless you, Mama. Dr. Yunkela, that the person is we call out Leadway International. No, the petroleum. We say that we're getting $25 million. Dr. Yunkela said, absolutely not. We're not giving that money because that money they can build hospital, diagnostic hospital. Now, Dr. Yunkela, and I say, we don't spend 22% of we revenue. Then they begin them 95% of them fail. With a question, what do you do? Dr. Yunkela and I are the only voice that we country today. We're not thief, you not ask for money, it is spend more than it they earn. Now that country today. Now they bring resources.
Okay. Okay, so I know what make we go on the Yunkela, what you don't do. You don't name a couple of things that we don't do. I think say that suffice for respond to the caller in question. I see say you must the crash small. Make you 1 minute.
Because I understand the frustration for NGC supporters there. But I want to make them therefore understand why most people in the camp after Dr. Yunkela. There's a reason why. I don't think some of them understand why in the camp they do that. Make a help on today because say we extend all over the place. If we understand why Dr. Yunkela can, let people look at Dr. Yunkela as a figure of change in Sierra Leone, as a new voice and a new breeze because of in talent and overseas. Then when they feel so Dr. Yunkela gonna because first it talks that if the police people say they go change politics in Sierra Leone. I also Una will support you on that. They tell Sierra Leone they go change the politics in Sierra Leone because I know what it takes for change the politics. When you go to the O's, then they say now say the O's don't change them. Then they expect and say for being a voice of reason like the Malema of South Africa, where if it gets a loud voice, they set for the out always they speak out, they challenge them and come up and be tough with them. This gets in the final say they do more of compromise than instead of rejections. So because of that, plenty when you look at now say, well, instead now we'll just buy into the same thing because all that promise we give you not a voice, then they're not stuff for you in the house, so that don't show say you said not different from them. So I'm not it's frustrating for Una, but I try to understand how people come out. Because then they understand say if you don't even win the election, but if I don't change the parliament with your voice and stand up for Bokutin and say no, they happen now. But it don't become more compromise. It don't need to so many compromise. I'm not saying they look up as we are going to say if they call something good, they want for work with them. If they call something bad, they want for deny them. But in some cases, they expect say in voice will be louder and they only hear your voice. So maybe yeah, go ahead.
They're not to pay attention, sir. Now we talk about this electoral commissioner. Dr. Yomkela support the government. When they bring people in parliament for confirmation, Dr. Yomkela majority of the time say, "Let's give them a chance." But now talk about Sylvia Blyden when they arrest. Do you know who that talk for them they release him? Dr. Yomkela a voice make them release somebody.
No, Mr. What do they tell for Sinaya? What do they tell for Sinaya? They expect for like I said, I use an example like Malema of South Africa. If they say for process, they expect for they before. They hold the microphone and now before the line and say, I'm informed. They don't see and some of them things here. If something in parliament, it's not before like the speaker of the house. So they think they expect us and for me the first man for it's not before the APCs and everybody say, let's go. You know what I mean? Well, I don't say it's the Western life. I understand you don't work in the Western life, the politics in the Western life.
Exactly, Mr. Tawali. Mr. Tawali, not all man go be that guy in Malema, whatever his name is. He believes say if I go behind the scene, talk like a human being, them talk professionally, and try to get your way around. People that want let Mr. Yomkela the team up, they talk. Then get the best on the rule. The government gets the power. The president gets the ultimate power in the country. It circumvents the law the way he wants them. It can arrest anybody the way he wants them. It can castigate anything. They can remove on a parliament based on anything. So Mr. Yomkela make sure say it go the right way and communicate. But at the time on us so today, on a stay tuned, Dr. Yomkela, I can tell you now, get for arrest. But Dr. Yomkela will be speaking out because I'm not able to take a not here. But we the
Okay. So to the NGC supporters and to the NGC camp, you know, we honorable Dr. Yomkela used to the politics of gentility. And who say we come out the politics of gentility, not the work. They therefore be the Malemas of the world.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, so we need to see them as the Malemas, and I can go on, you know, as the Soros in Cote d'Ivoire, as the Malema and as the Soro, the Guy Soros, the Gigides, you know, of the world. That's the type of person, that's the type of leader we expect for see from them. But make I go to me callers them, make I not keep them waiting and we go come back. Caller waiting at your name and who say they call from.
But let's whatever left we. Now you talk say Dr. Yomkela in constituency they produce rice and they supply and they left they supply Salone. Before Dr. Yomkela became MP, I know Dr. Yomkela the constituency where they represent. That is one of the highest producing rice. Not to Dr. Yomkela do a penny. How many tractors Dr. Yomkela don't go to another country? Man, if you let Dr. Yomkela just battle and say Aleka. But left or misinform people the yanda for say Dr. Yomkela this is what he has done. He has done Dondo. Dr. Yomkela, I doubt in next election.
Miss Matilda, is this job about Miss Dr. Yomkela?
No,
wait, make it done. Make it done.
He's member of all the committee since he came. The only thing that chairman
they move up all of them.
A lot of people. Whose committee? Dr. Yomkela is part of all the committees. The committee they are being. Therefore, misinform people over there. Not that you want to say about Salone. You want me to talk to you, so I will let Dr. Yomkela pass you. You don't have legal kind of power, a give position. But some of us were frustrated about what is happening to Salone. Okay.
Okay. Wait. Make I go to the other caller, and then I go give you a chance for response. Caller, waiting on your name and who say they call from. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hey, I just want to correct Arun Zubaru. You know, you praise Yomkela too much, you know. I want to follow Arun Zubaru, you know, say Yomkela not so a new politician, a old politician. Then the only time when they talk, say people they buy rest for it, they plant their own rest. I want to say Yomkela not get nothing for do to that development so they happy and that because I'm home come back. second again, they talk about Yumkela Bill Bridge. Not that boat bridge they talk about. Now we left this here now. If you not left for the fool the people them. Because if like when you travel talk to GMC, the GM group of politics, well, why would they lie for the people then? They don't lie for the people then. Lock out reality to the people then. Lock out something where we help the country. You don't lock out lie. You know, for come for put other people enough for issue political party up. Because when you look, what in NGC supporter they do this BNTF, now for just see some cinema where they go old say this. Hey, APC we don't do them, except if back they do them, you know. There is no development where kind of you like go and inside you know, the church or the mosque should be like that, like what things you buy with the church. Now people them do them. Also kind of Yumukela. Kind of Yumukela first of all, one of the most crabby persons we have ever seen, you know. For like listen at trouble. So like Mr. Arun just can they let be a panel like he left kind of Yumukela in talk? No, probably programs you want at the plan. I find program like the show. But if in they come for just talk about kind of Yumukela, they about you know this program they just based on kind of Yumukela because the caller they all will call. Then we just become against kind of Yumukela because this you not have to sell kind of Yumukela. You can't talk about what is happening in the country or the past. So let's talk about the past. They are all left kind of Yumukela. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, caller. I go to the next caller. Mr. Zubai, you just write your comment and keep them, okay? Caller, what's your name and who's the call from?
Yes, good evening, Miss Matilda, Mr. Arun, and Miss CEO. This is Nabendo from Kansas City.
Hello, how are you? Long time.
Oh, I know. I've been just taking a break where I feel say if you have been continue for linger now this media it will kill somebody because that's not a to get anywhere.
I hear you.
My own text tonight here is Mr. Arun, I tell him plenty thank you. It's done. Now that media day, they tell me about within Mr. Oh God,
Yumkela.
Yumkela don't do. We know me in particular. I go all out, stick my neck out. I'm very disappointed in waiting. It don't do so far. Maybe you feel say Dr. Yumkela will get the voice, not just for his constituency. Let it get the voice. Let it be the malema of Sierra Leone. From waiting in the past and preach, we be feel saying that it will be the tongue that then people then they decide. But it not happen. But needless to say, a constituency not to just that small area they look out for. If we be expected, it will look out for the one whole salon. As far as we concerned, with politicians, they all don't compromise when it comes to what's good for the country, what's good for the state. Now they look out for. I mean, that maybe don't come for now the resolution that maybe don't cancel. Then they look out for the state instead of the country, instead of the poor people. Then when they came to them represent. Thank you so much. May God help we. Maybe one day the Savior will come, but we're not fear it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Bendo. And I hope so you not go disappear again. Okay, caller, waiting at your name and also you the call from. I go take this last call for now and then continue with some other topics then. Caller, waiting at your name and also you the call from.
Yeah, una kushe people and this na Patrice for you.
Okay.
This na Patrice for you at the Columbia for Maconi Times.
All right, okay, Maconi Times. Okay,
yeah.
wait I get
Yeah, I just want to bring a topic about Yumkela being a malema of Salone. Okay.
It's not a topic, actually. It was just a statement.
Yeah, I understand it was just a statement. I just want to dispute that particular statement. If you will.
Okay.
Okay. And you saying being Yumkela and malema of Salone, they try to be disingenuous to Yumkela in a way. It never starts in campaign, say it will be a street brawler. They go campaign, they go there, they go disrupt. That's what Malema does. Malema is a communist. Yumkela not a communist. Now, social democrats, if we can distinguish them kind of things here, so we can call him Malema, who separately doing in South Africa. He work for them in South Africa. Young Keller no starts in campaign. I don't like Young Keller. Now, don't get me wrong. Me na the number one critic for Young Keller, in a way. But we go for distinguish we come about political ideologies and things so people that they do for letting rich selling for rich. So you guys coming out here just making the blanket statement say Young Keller for be like a Malema not 11, 40 years old yet. Young Keller don't in the 60s almost. So Young Keller for the go begin to go fight, they go begin to demonstrate. That's what Malema does. We go for address the issue, say, if we go for get new leadership, waiting the people go for sell we originally, now go for Fala. We know we can't blame Young Keller now, say, if we go to parliament, go begin to go cheer, begin go fight. Now Malema they do. And the Malema who don't feel for ALOP, who na MKM, and make all the regret elected so. They don't look on a Panemba good. They accuse them of rape, they don't even try it, they look on a Panemba good. And the Malema that one day. So we got for stop this hypocrisy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to stop you for 1 second and say, when I think, say, for me, I think my use, and I believe, saying at the same place, Usai, maybe the CEO in the camp from when he used the example of Malema. Sometimes you can use the example of someone, but not, they talk directly as the characteristic of the person from head to toe. I think, say, the way the use of Malema for me, anyways, for me, in my statement was being vocal. I'm not saying challenge, I'm not saying fight, I'm not saying cause chaos, I'm not saying destroy, I'm not saying disrespect. I am saying just be vocal so that the people then see, say you vocal, you're out there, you are speaking and you are not relenting. I'm not saying go mount protests, I'm not saying go confront and go destroy. You know what I mean? I think so. What in the people then they feel is they feel
Miss Matilda, I'm not the last call before I go.
Finish.
But
Okay,
the thing is,
finish.
you know, we take Malema in close, you know, take into assist. You know, we take Malema in cap. This is the fact. You know, go pick and choose for Malema. Malema come in the old package, not like Bobby Wine. This is a simple fact, and we are revolutionary. We don't go pick and choose which would they appreciate and which no go appreciate. Malema come in the full package. You know, we say because you can have vocal na in the part of Malema. Let go start a fight at that junction. What Malema they do?
Okay, thank you, caller. Thank you very much. I see outside the caller they come out from, and let me make this clear. Yes, I see outside the caller they come out from where he say you not go take the shots, you not take into assist, meaning that you cannot take a piece of the individual without accepting the whole of the individual. But also, me strongly believe say you can take certain characteristics or traits or attributes of somebody and apply them to your own situation without fully applying the entire characteristics or persona of the person. That's what I am saying. I want to see a Young Keller who is much more vocal than he is. I want to see a Young Keller who is engaged in. As a matter of fact, I want to see a Young Keller who gets his own station, where they engage with the people them on a daily basis, where they tell the people them, well, like you are an opposition, you cannot run things like the other opposition. There was a time where me personally being confused as so, okay, what is the NGC doing? They are so silent, they are so dormant. Think they wait them for seize opportunity pan, wait them for take chances and run with, and not see them they talk on them thing and they and not see them they challenge. I'm not saying be violent. I'm not saying be violent, but I'm saying be vocal. I know say Mr. Arun, I know say you want to talk, but I will get for hold your tongue. I will get for hold on all two tongue because of time. And I know for say it's our last show of the year. So maybe I go stretch and just a little bit just for accommodate, but I still want for cover certain things then. So there was a time when about 6 or 7 months ago when I do a show called Khadija Sakor, one month later, Where is the Justice? I followed that show day with another topic where I name Pimping of Girls, Sierra Leone, the silence on rape culture in Sierra Leone. As I speak right now, 6 or 7 months later, Khadija Sakor is still yet to be buried. In case still yet for be, for Eden at the, I think say Eden at the High Court right now, then still yet for adjudicate on the matter and reach a verdict. In Papa, they beg for making them release the Pekin body and say any kind of evidence where they need, therefore don't get them by now, make them go bury the poor angel because her body is decomposed and is decaying. We all know we light system na Salone, we don't get better fridge for preserved body them. So whatever is left of his child, he want for bear. But again, I ask you this question, Khadija Sakor, where is the justice? Sierra Leone, why the silence on rape culture? Waiting on a take. I go to CEO.
Well, I'm not because okay. Well, I go to sticker. When the talks I get two girl bikini. Okay, when it comes to that bikini on issue, I'm not kidding for going to run too much because it's very, very disappointing. I'm not justice, not the justice system, but we all don't feel the bikini because I believe we all begin we don't take up so many organizations then that we all just die out because of frustration or because not see anywhere out. And also because of in the Pekin, they don't open high court and all that for it, all the different things here. Yes, I understand they make a small leadway. But we as a country fail the Pekin in the first place. And secondly, they able to fight some things in there. We don't begin to talk from day one. When it comes to the rape, if we really serious about rape, they say the fight rape, get a lab. A DNA lab for collect materials that we will use in our court. Circumstantial evidence is not what you use to fight rape case in our court. Mm-hmm. So until we put the amenities in place, we just try for react. We not become proactive. And we not able to solve the problem if we not become proactive. Face of this picture that if we don't use this picture, this beautiful soul, for make we begin put the things in place. But it's more about lip service and only for can please the people and behind the scene nothing much to go on at all. Because if that Bible can't tell you say I not do one, you don't get no evidence for convictable body because you don't get any evidence for go up with her. Mm-hmm. This is just about politics they go on the plenary. This poor soul don't go. I'm not saying what I really want to give the judicial system small kudos, but a hat because I know they don't begin the prosecution people where they rape. I really want to give them that side. You cannot try small, but if we not get labs, then how we get able to continue in case over and over? If we not get family support groups, homes, then let's begin the rape. What's that little group? You go tell her power you rape me and they feed you. Say he rape me. We're not going to come in. We're not going to feed up. So we got to get all entire force in place before we really send a one fight against rape. Until then, it's not easy. After all, because we only go to Pekin and I'm always scared. I'm not gonna like you. We'll sort overseas here. We get to be worried about them things. We get to be worried. Mr. Muzibarala, I don't go through the business because it become too emotional for me. I don't really want to touch up too much.
It is very emotional. Like you, Mr. Tarawali, I get a 29-year-old girl Pekin, I get a 23-year-old girl Pekin, and a 14-year-old girl Pekin. I know what you feel like. Just for me picking on for me Sierra Leone, and you can see how much I react on how they read that particular pageant today. I see when people in the try for denigrate or provoke me picking at the University of Maryland, IASO, I know my reaction. I know how for fight as a dad. I know how painful it is when you get to picking where you raise and you go through so much pain. It's hard. It's heart-rending. For Khadija, for losing life the way it was, as beautiful as she is, as likable as she is, the First Lady, president and the media in Sierra Leone, as my James, and this lady will be dinner, how you call them, now CNN.
Aisha Sise.
Aisha Sise. They play politics on this thing. They already passed a judgment on this young man. Make people and pay attention to this speaking. We want to know exactly when they ask the people of the government to put a closure to this particular case. We want to know who side with the DNA, why they accuse them, what are the status of them people in jail. We want result. And the president, the WEF, today, they play politics and then quiet. But we are telling you now, just this year, now 3,000 women then that they don't rape in Sierra Leone. 3,000. Sexual violence. Now 18,000 became them today. They don't rape. FSU say that, and Rainbow they say that. They do not get Motuka will go care and go to hospital. They not going to protect them in the way they report in case they not they carry the people and go to court. For 3,000 people when they carry go last year, now 255. Now no more than convict. The guests go off. The 611 number, for the most part, not the work. They only get 2 doctors them. When they attend to them, they get 5 judges them. It is ridiculously flawed. The first lady again $3 million for fights this thing. What did she do? Nothing. We plead for Khadija, and we want justice for Khadija. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, a very short topic. We plead for Khadija, and we want justice for Khadija. I don't talk to several of the lawyers them. I don't talk to several people them where they work on this case. The sexual offense court case, believe you it or not, then they work on Saturday from morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, then they work. But one of the problems them where even the lawyers then they fail is sometimes then they can't sit down all day in a court. The judges they know they show up. Say how them in get other cases then. Khadija in file don't lost several times. The matter of fact, there was a time where instead of make the file day in the court system, the clerk say it didn't in house. I don't know when house turn into, the law or the repertoire or the filing cabinets of such cases. Where is the privacy? There is one thing I can say here. Sometimes, as people them within at the media and as people we seen as having contact and influence, sometimes even you they meet roadblocks on the way. I can definitely sit here and say behind the scenes, I am talking to Aisha Sise, former reporter of CNN, and so many other people whose names I will not call. Behind the scenes, I am talking to the father, I am talking to the family, I am talking to people involved and trying to see what can be done and what is being done. So, we don't reach out to so many different organizations. Even up to this week, with the intervention of someone, we try to set up a one-on-one, call, advice, and whatnot. I want to tell, Daika, Boku thank you for the rally where he organized today. Bringing awareness to Khadija in case alongside Khadija in Papa. One thing I can assure you is that whether they like him or not, justice could be served in Khadija in case. And justice could be served in a lot of the cases them. We have a zero tolerance to sexual abuse, sexual and gender-based violence. That is the country. Waiting at the say today is that, Madam First Lady, Mr. President, and I will keep saying this, you have a daughter whose age is exactly the age of Khadija. And I go keep for say this every night you go to bed, when you look at your little daughter, think of Khadija and think waiting you been for don't do. And waiting you been for do. If na been you pikin, been lidom usai Khadija lidom. Put yourself in in shoes just for 1 minute and let the right thing be done. Meanwhile, I tell every silent giant where they walk in silence, where not they put them face or their name to waiting they go on. Or maybe don't put them face but then withdraw and they walk silently at the back. I see you, I hear you. I know sometimes we face hurdles, but together we will conquer. May the soul of Khadija rest in peace, and I pray that the family will continue to get the strength where they need for fet this fetiaso. And the one thing where we can always talk about, where we they talk but where maybe we not can send at the media, to the mother of Khadija, dan den been you pikin. Waiting don't happen, it don't happen. I know say you like your sister. I know say you like your nephew. But waiting don't be, it don't be. Allow justice for prevail. Allow justice for prevail. Waiting day between you and your ex-man. Make that day between una all two. But this now na pikin wanna make in love. He's hurting just like you are hurting. No one side, no get right. But the only truth that remains, una pikin don't die. Let justice prevail. Allow justice to prevail. Adande no more I go talk and I go left us so. Now, we've been doing another show where I've been titled In the Court of Public Opinion, is Paolo Conte guilty of treason? And then we follow that show there with the state against Alfred Paolo Conte, who reigns supreme. Waiting on a take.
Mr. Zubairi, go ahead.
The state, if the Paolo Conte is another sad story in the Madabiu administration. Before I go further, in Sierra Leone, for the almost 59.5 years as independent, okay, being independent, the only person, the only man we don't commit treason and we country twice, now Julius Madabiu, for overthrown a president. Madabiu, it is true. Paolo Conte tried to overthrow the government. It's treason. Now when people come together, go and for take over the country, over the government, remove the president. Mr. Paolo Conte not throw gun. He not get people away they follow him. He relinquish a weapon. It's just because a political heavyweight, Mr. Madabiu, like for spend $700,000 for jail or execute Madabiu. The only man we don't commit treason, overthrown the government, and Mr. Madabiu. Now he's in a jail. So they exonerate him. The God said, and not even reach that point, they don't reach to that level, they for say treason. They make them sack Mr. Schwartz. They say he possessed a gun. Now the man, big man, then a jail for waiting. Because he get gun where he register, when he can a public place. Because the only way they put somebody in a jail, now where he in a public place. What's a public place? Now church, now mosque, now market. It can't go. Now a private place, now the state house where it give for their own. It tell them stay. I get gone. Now this make the man then a jail. Not a bill. Bring peace now we country. Iron fist, tyrannic behavior will not fly. Be careful. You got a long way for go. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Over to you, Mr. CEO.
People they don't know. I pull audio one time. I pull a video where I talk about how they manufacture all this thing here. I think the administration finally don't prove me right. Because when we go back, we watch the history. Our country is not an angel. Not be here for put them out there. You may get plenty enemy them doing the time we in government. Plenty people like her. Not to even get the rules in it. When they come in, when they take power, they arrest them several times. They lock them up for no pay. Then also one better charge the release. So most of it, they feel say, okay, now these are the sit for tat kind of politics in the farm. When they arrest Paulo, after we don't go to the state house and talk on the release, where the first, I think some viewers I mean, someone was messing in the charge of things. I begin to laugh. I said, this is not nonsense. I left their phone here because it don't make no sense. Does it make any sense for they go to go inside? I would say because in Milwaukee, as the question he gets, it don't make no sense now. Poor judgment. He go there for kill the president. I don't believe that. The kind of convoy president you get, but that man don't get nowhere when we visit anywhere close to that president for kill him. Then a lot take him out of the thing. Was it a bad judgment? Yes, it was a bad judgment. Was this government trying to set him up? Now I'm stalled to be real because I tell people talking that the set power up. I said maybe that bad judgment can make. But after we don't go do no don't want to court. Got some people man innocent. They wanna continue for all and for a minor crime. This don't begin to cloud me judgments. They don't begin to cloud me on thinking say when I'm trying to do and maybe the people be right to me really the try for kill this man. Because if we're not try to get this man at all costs, what's we all now for? We don't want to court. The court don't prove the biggest crime the man for commit. Innocent. The minor crime will not mean nothing. If anything say, why not go charge one thing and make you do in time and go ahead? What's we all for up to this day? It don't spend more time in prison for waiting for the minor crime than the biggest crime. Because that time when we spend it for the treason, the time we do it, they don't pass that time. So this they give more cloud over this administration. Say on our judgment they're extremely poor. When they dig too much hole, they wanna stop for dig them hole. Salone, one meeting I tell we we move forward, don't move Salone forward, don't come and work together. I know that means that one that might not say that here. This is not right. Then just they go now what's it for human rights. That's what I do well in human rights. What's happening now? I want as soon as that's not still don't go money for the ACC because of human rights. But what's in this one? So when we talk, they say, oh, I'm not necessarily move forward. But the question is, none of us are not immune to this. It can be any one of we tomorrow because we speak against the government. Again, like I say, Paulo not Rosie, Paulo not to everything they do right, but we start to we say talk as people. Me not see trees in charge now. Okay, if the states don't come, they don't prove and say the man is not coming treason. But for gun charge, I'm not going to charge I'm not going to let him go. If not time, you do in time, waiting the whole for up to this day.
Exactly.
So point, I don't know where.
Exactly. That is, I think, the $1 million question. Waiting make them all Paulo Conte up to this day when the biggest charge, the biggest, what was it, 15 count charges, yeah. Where then levy upon them, it clear everything. And then una say una find them guilty for possession in a public space, una give 2 years. Why make it not go serve? It don't serve a lot of time already. If anything, let him serve the rest at home, ban them for travel, and then make it gonna us and serve the rest of the remaining time at home. But for still keep another prison pauper, this time Granny can call a full business. Now a full business on a depan. A case has been made. The case has been proven that the charges them not equate to the crime or the alleged crime. Now, just share wicked and vindictiveness no more now on a depan. Release the man. just release him. If una insist say pauper, if do the full serving time, release him, let him go home, let him serve the rest of his time in how then if na house arrest self, una put him under house arrest, make him serve the rest of his time under house arrest. But for still keep in a prison under them condition, I think it's inhumane. And then they actually, some of them things, so they really ask me, say, I want to manage past that MCC Kokar. Really, they make a doubts. I really, they try for no, Uda go put for on a son side. Want to manage past that MC. I mean, as a Sierra Leonean, you know, I root for my country every day, any day. But when you look at some of these things, you cannot help but also look at the full package and say, But anyways, make we they go before. Now, we've been doing another show where we title, what's your take on the Sierra Leone prison break? And we follow them up with the findings of the Sierra Leone prison riots, because I saw them call them. At first, when it happened, we stay in a prison break. Then when they do the finding, they say na riot. Mr. Zubairu.
Oh, my God. And I couldn't say the MCC, I don't understand side and pull a report, but this is really, it's really troubling, to be honest with you. The prison break, Bahai Lawrence Lima, a very militaristic man, we go when a handicapped say, I don't like a motorcar drive, a car get off in car and slap the man. Bahai Lawrence Lima, where people and go in front of him building, shoot people there. Bahai Lawrence Lima go na Pademba Road. 5 o'clock, before this thing take place. One of the chair lady, wait today, in organ no job, they just put him as somebody with the government, then they pay him $1,600 a month. This woman, now he shed the light on what happened. It said,
Mr. Zubairu, I know I cut you word. I go make you finish. People, I know say I talk, I promise you I know the kind side I report, but I also like for draw parallel when I get the opportunities. $1,500 for a leader of the women's wing. Almost when I doctor them, where they take care of almost then they make a left hand. So Mr. Zubai will continue.
Thank you very much. This woman, they get free money. This is what we talk about. Couple hours later, there was mass shooting. Shoot people in. Because they said 11 people and die. 23 people in. Then they would tell me what happened. Come to find out now 48 people and die. Who killed them? Who side the gun come out? They hold the body them. They refuse for release the body them. The people that don't know say them people that don't die. Who that killed them? What's not been their intent? Yes, Paulo Conte, they jail. This is not pass the smell test. Mr. Marabio in administration need to come out clean. Who that killed them 48 people in the Pademba Road? Lahalo Islima, the bodyguard them or the military people when gone into the Pademba Road, waiting that they do they? Waiting that they do they? These questions need to be answered. We don't know. But the president, the administration need to answer some questions to them. That's all I would say.
Okay. Mr. CEO, go ahead, take it up. Roll. Let's roll. Quick.
It's this. I can like for students here with the parallel for make people that put themselves in positions there. Because I know sometimes we the people that we go down a small, we can forget how we start and how we come out. But if some of we go back and watch them, I think they will do as picking them or as big people where we do some silly stuff or some stupid stuff. Now God in bless him of cover with some of no land at prison. What you make at the say this? So then people them in a prison and that prison there. We don't know now. We don't know what they end up for going to prison for. I work now jail now as a nurse. Most of the people in a jail and prison not so bad people. They just make bad decisions at a certain time. Some man begin, he do something stupid, he end up there. Some man be frustrated to my business or just be bad friends or something just minor thing, he end up on a or bad decision. Well, no, we are from small, we don't make things the way think the way right. But this then country, what make them country, God puts them above we. When you then are jail and then country, you right. You get right past my do. You know they play with you right. And then they protect you fully. Rights there and then country, yes, rights there. People in the die, yes, people in the die. But if people in that then continue to do the riot, do a small investigation they do, then they make sure say they make a bigger investigation and come out and talk to the people. They make them know say now this will not get no other means. We just get for do what we do for take them life here. And anybody who involved and they make sure they investigate it thoroughly. This woman released this audio say within at the prison at that time of the morning, where you're not a government official, you're not a prison officer. You don't get nothing for doing. In fact, what you do is at that time in the morning. Up to this audio, they talk so. But not a single person administration don't come and say a single word about this woman here in audio we put out. The minister, the deputy minister, they say they go and call. Instead, now shut him up. From that point on, I set him up. They change the minister above him now. Now I don't set him up. Now I don't be quiet. So but the point is, 10 people that wouldn't die. These are Sierra Leoneans. But most of my brother and sister right now, they not go see them as much time because of political lanes. Right now, and assume that all of it because of that, then we'll see some APC people. I promise you that plenty man will watch this as an APC person. But none of them people that vigilante or prison not wear party t-shirts. These are just vulnerable people. Either somebody use them or wanna just take advantage of them and take their life or whatever it is. Life. If you go back and watch that movie, the policemen are all around the prison. They show a policeman that's all around the prison. So if when I want to argue, say that escape, the one for escape. What's anybody escape? We want to make security all around the prison. Fire, because most of the time when they show the policeman that's outside of the prison, fire not building them. So they have the security around the building. So you know, escape. We get order, but put in for riots. I mean, like I say. To control that prison inside a barricade. Then secondly, why make that soldier man a military personnel come inside that prison and put a bullet? Would have sent up inside it. When we get a prison guard, your job for controlling here. Why make a military person left in barracks or left the presidential lodge end up inside it? What thing are they how in connect to this to the prison? But who question in there when we give facts? Nothing for the people, nothing for just one and not die. But for me, too, we put that because them blood here, be careful about the waste for innocent people. Some of them for time. Some people they will not busy. They will kill them for nothing. We need to fight the system. The human rights organization, I mean, the civil, what do you call it? You call it
Civil society.
Flag with the people here. Civil society them. What are they going to take? Since it's there. What are the answer don't give me? I will left on the mama.
Indeed, waiting at the go ahead. 1 minute.
Matilda, I wonder we talk about Kamarimba a little bit. And the reason why I know the support, I don't know what happened to Kamarimba. But for lock them up this long, say they get out condition, then they would charge the man, then they will release the man. The man get family, they get people that support him, they're not able to release Kamarimba, and then for charge the man. It's unfortunate. We know exactly this political jailing is becoming too apparent. We see what they do to somebody like Sylvia Blinding. We get for shed the light. I ask you by next year, Miss Matilda, bring the topic of them people also within the all. It's not right. I can tell you the way they talk so right now, then go put something for me if I go to that country and lock me up. For shut me up. This is exactly what they do. It's absolutely wrong. Release Madam Kamarimba if you don't get no charge against them.
Yeah, so the Kamarimba issue, not an issue where me don't look into personally, and I don't think the maybe other shows within VOS don't address them, but me not ever address them na my own show. That's just because I don't have the facts. I don't know the investigation, and until I not get facts to I not can like for talk about them. But on a humanitarian level, I would say I understand say they're a deplorable condition. I understand say in health it gets critical health condition right now as a result of the conditions them where them put them under. So from a humanitarian standpoint, me go appeal to the government for even prisoners have rights.
Yes.
Even prisoners have rights. Treat your prisoners properly. Treat them with dignity and respect. Just because they're a prisoner, no mean for say now you treat them anyhow. And that was the same thing, during Sylvia Blyden arrest. And also see how una go send male guards them go inside a female prison and go pull tampon 3 times, come on inside a woman during the most sensitive time of the month, 3 times in 24 hours. That is a topic that I, by the help of Jehovah, we cross next year that I'm going to address, because that is one of the most gross human violation. You na get woman guards them. Why make una send man guards them go there on so they look for phone? Really? Phone. I go left and so, I go left and day. But these human violations must stop, and they must stop now. There is a reason why we have the law. Let the law take its course, make people then be judged under the law. But may they not be mistreated, dehumanized, dejected, rejected, abandoned. That is not fair. That is not right. And yes, to Mr. Zubairu in point, me waking Sidon Ayaso, I can fail to say I'm criticizing you people. I'm not criticizing you. I have no bone for criticizing her. What I want is your betterment. What I want is to augment what you're doing right, and then see the gaps and tell you the loopholes so that you are cognizant of them, you are aware of them, and then try for fix them. But if I go free tongue the land that we love right now, Sierra Leone, if una don't go put me name na black list, say where come on a bapsam, how we go progress? When we want a unified language, we cannot have a unified language. We have to have a plethora. We forget different voices then. That's what makes democracy enjoyable. If the America been get a unified language, and I've been see what it mean for don't happen, but because they get diverse language and then get respect for systems and institutions, you see one person not able to co-opt. It try every way, but you're not able to co-opt a system. That is why I say system takes time and processes. And these processes goes through, tremendous, rigorous testing. In America, this is one of the testing. And when I see how they surmount them, right? Because the law works. The law works. That is all we are asking for Sierra Leone. Our law must work for us. Now, we did close the program.
Before you go, just put something quick, because analog is this opportunity. Just before you make an example, what happened to Donald Trump. I want to say, some of them lawyers, some of them judges, they wouldn't told that Donald Trump in case out. Now, inputs are then benched them day.
Yes.
Some of them cut them day. Now, people away, it puts now them bench them day for make them go able for them. But guess what? Most of them judges, the way it come, is say that they rig the election. They ask and plain, we need an evidence. If you have the evidence, I take my country over you. The two most of them case here. Then cannot happen in Africa. When them put them Georgia in place, that the money they serve not to the country. So again, we need to continue to advocate for better institution. The created the better institution, the possible they can, even if it corrupt, the institution will make our states. If when the institution bad, you put great people and become corrupt. So no put party aside, now we all come with one voice and fight. Because the same way SPP criticize APC, not the same way APC criticize SPP, when they switch back and so for the continue back and forth, when Salone will win instead of party win. So again, thank you very much. I just want to use this opportunity for make people understand how we better get in better institution how to work when people.
Exactly. When we have institutions that work, they work. So long as we take with them for build them, for test them and make sure say the veracity go stand the test of time. Now, as we go for close the topic, I cannot close this topic without talking about these last two topics. We see Usai, the Minister of Internal Affairs, been the running out, Ababa fall, waiting camp and shop again, because, and me strongly believe it was because of loyalty to party and quote unquote in pain and in sacrifice where they don't make for the party. Now that make them not remove him as Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs. Instead, then send somebody with wrong person where he go take command from. So then replace the dormant minister with a minister who says, I am the minister and you are my deputy. And you don't act as the minister and as though I am your deputy. So we don't observe some quietness. The waters are still right now. Okay? They're not as muddy and as shaky as it be. But what do we say about the lands minister? Because right now we get a situation where now the lands minister versus the people. What's your take? Anybody una take a number now and roll with them.
Well, I'm going to give me something about my head first.
Okay, good. We fumble them. Now, this world, land, buildings, and their money there. And Mother build them, they know that. When Mother build them take over, each minister, each deputy minister, and other people within the government, then they give them 2 town lot. If you're not a man, then they give you 2 town lot, and then they give you wife 2 town lot. We don't see them. And this is the rule. We fumble them. This man was called Sandy, and Mr. Madabio have the tendency for Phil say when you get the last name Sandy, you are ruthless. You not care because you get our last name then it's Sandy. Don't come and invade. We land them. The Creole people them. We fumble them. The Creole people them. Today then they try for a nest. Remove them. Na Freetown. The law say the Creole people and the Freetown, they're not for going to the provinces, they're not for own places than they. What did Mr. Sandy they do? If they come, seize the land them, and if they talk, it is locked in a jail. This man ready for remove the Creole people them na Freetown. The Creole people cannot buy land or get building na the provinces. They all get up to 50 years. Then they listen to them. And during that 50 years, the chief can say, that's it, leave. And majority of the land that within a Freetown, the Creole then gets them. Then they remove them today. Then they take people and land them. Then they bulldoze people and host them. The education minister, instead of the land grabbing, as much as this man don't feel the picking in Sierra Leone, instead of the grab land. Mr. Madabio know that. Sunday need for go. We Sierra Leone, we becoming coward. The Creole people them una get for speak out. una get for fight back. A bully, if you allow her for continue for bully you, it go always bully you. But when a bully slap you 50 times, you slap her 50 times, then it go stop. Sandy, stop for take people their land. Waiting at all this acquisition of wealth. Waiting you want to do all them property here. Waiting at this money business. Why una they take people their land that we done the years for? Yes, Dr. Yunkela speak on that. But people are not they listen. We need to fight against this tyranny. Thank you.
Me go look beyond individual. Lord, we look at so many things and waiting cause the problem. I think this problem, even though Sandy gets your problem, but it's probably bigger than Sandy. Lord, we look at from the APC time. We understand them and get a GPS system and other things that we need to do for make them go put the thing in the computer system where we know what they go at land, allocate them to different places. From APC system, we come back to SAPP, we still get land problem every day. Now, Lord, we look at how big Freetown be. Because this land problem are Freetown more example than upline. Upline, because of the chieftaincy and everything, is not too bad, too much. More than Freetown. Freetown a very, very small place. What he make up to this day, we're not able to get control over the land business. Because I believe, say, again, institutional structure, no problem. Because how many times it take for you ask everybody get land and Freetown, let them call the people on the lands. Put them inside a computerized system. When I build a database where everybody in for the inside it. Which is very, very simple. How many money don't spend on it?
Even with the computerized system where them put on the database, people and they can still claim your land.
But what I tell you talk now is that because the paper now, because these people who about paper business, where the paper don't lose all money couch, but if you don't put almost normal couch paper don't put on it. But now, again, like I say, we get structural problem. Most of them say at this 2020, we still talk about paper when it comes to land. I mean, we're gonna put in the GPS and everything that they go on like nothing. You just put the LS number on the computer for that one for don't show up like system. Then you send me your LS number, put it on the computer, not too much of an also flying on the screen. They say, I mean, like, you know, I mean, I get landed because it's easy for like to verify the land on your own. Then continue when they give the LS number, put on the family one, all family name to show up my system. You know that gets up. Now let me go back to the next system where Mr. Zubair talk about the Creole. I think so, I blame the Creole small. When I listen to Nabi, I'm small as I blame the Creole because the Creole don't start and I'm in charge of the court system for a long time as Salone. Why am I gonna fix this system here? I'm not better past any Creole people born Africa. Why me for kind of Africa buy land, but you not go up like go buy land? Why? Why make me forget that rights over here as a Creole? When we all in Sierra Leone, we are born with the cultural neighbor and we all get the same rights in the country. Why make me for come on if I buy land upline, I come back and say Africa buy land, but you not for go upline and buy land. This is 2020. But so we all in Sierra Leone. What's wrong? I believe it's about time the people when the people were there before they wouldn't inside the law system for stand up and fix this problem here. Made them left for store this year. If now Creole will buy the whole of economy, buy the whole of my broker or open them up, let go buy an money in Sierra Leone. We're not supposed to kind of fit on, we get the right for buying. They're not saying because of the young sky, the only difference between creepers and sky. But we all are Sierra Leone. We all are doing born, we are the country. Why make me for kind of fit on? Now we all intermarry, we all married now. Continue to marry Creole, my country. So what do we do with picking now? We picking up for the guy for go marry. We need to stand up as Sierra Leone. This is not a Creole issue. This is a Sierra Leone issue. This is a all problem. And government come after government, they all give them a blind eye. Because why? Because if Creole a small population, they will influence them into for win politics. We want a larger population need for stand up for the smaller population. The larger good need for stand up for the small one when it's suppressed. We need for fix the land system. If you're not Sierra Leone, you forget the right to buy land any side. Period. This is a different one now. Now we go beyond that small tape. But
exactly. In 2021, reason not there for make, a Sierra Leonean inside Sierra Leone not able to buy land anywhere, and that people from the province can come inside Freetown, they're able to buy land. But if me come on at the province, if me come on at Freetown, say they go na the province, then go only list the land tenure agreement for me for only 50 years. And that is if I'm lucky. They even make a sit down there for the 50 years. At any time, any paramount chief can grab, say, have a good do. pack your load and go. I don't think that is dandy good. And you know, you talk about the fact that say for a very long time, Creole people have been judges them and have been this and have been that. But you see, something where there is inside constitution, you not just a grab and change and so. For change a constitution, you need a referendum, you need the buying of the people, you need the buying of the legislative. Inside the court alone, then can't just grab and say we they scrap this law.
What make I say that is about sensitization. I will tell you, majority of Sierra Leone don't even know this year exists. They no. Because we're not talking about that. This is the time where the only way they know the law, go to on radio and TV and teach the public that this is where they go through.
Yeah.
Now this and when I break down for waiting and say the law, make all man knows now this year. So now no put an ballot to them. Or we go for the election. When I put an ballot law vote for it.
Yes, and but I know a group of Creole. I know a group of Creole people them from within Sierra Leone, from the Creole Descendants Union, from within America, and from within England, where they work on that case. They tigi when, as a matter of fact, next year by God in power, I get for bring them come. For me, they can talk to the Sierra Leone people them and make them know what thing they go on. That law they very, very discriminatory. And then I think the most painful part is that the small land where we grandmammy and grandpapa and great granny them we don't left give and we don't manage all them inside with family them. Now it don't can turn canker for fet for all that land day because somebody come out some side they can claim ownership to a land where you not get documents to. You know, as a matter of fact, if you tell and say, give me the history of the land, they can't give you the history of the land. My family is facing a similar situation even as I speak. And I sure say people and go shock for say, Matilda, but you get a platform, you get a voice. Why make you know they talk about there is a time and moment for everything. My own family, not to them coward create them, not to them kokumba create them. No. Orimi Sakol. Usman Thomas, we know to Kokumba people them. And right now at the talking, to that one way time to assist fine. It a meet we self tie we are in tie with to assist. Okay? And that's and you know, to a large extent, I even agree with you where you say some of this now the Creole people and cause them. You see, this Creole people, we Creole people them, we learn and Creole people them, have been too snotty. Una been get a cowardice behavior. Instead of make una confront, una they retreat. Instead, una take all we auntie, uncle, mama, papa them, una send and go England, send and go America because una not be one for confront and challenge. And so this notion of the non-turn British, America, Australian, wherever they find themselves citizen, and they are not connected, so grounded to their roots, they not be no for say at some point then go get picking and grandpicking them way so interested in their land and their country. Some of these behaviors and pattern has come to bite us in the back seriously. Because we've been failed to say Sierra Leone, that country where you left your land, also you left another, they can't meet them. But unfortunately, Sierra Leone is not that country. You have to constantly be guarded. You have to constantly be watchful. And for the one that we don't, they wake up, continue for wake up and make una left this snottiness culture, this snottiness behavior. It doesn't serve us any good. It has not served us any good. We might be one of the most educated elite in Sierra Leone. But trust me, that's all perception. Because there are those who are equally educated than us. There are those who are equally refined as us. So make we all join in. Make we fight this menace. Una teach una picking them on a culture. Eku Muhammad culture, Creole culture. Make them know who side them come on. Make them know their roots. I was only about 5 years old when I started leaving the shores of Sierra Leone. But nothing not there about Salone one or Sabi. Me Creole sister me much like one pine bitter leaf. Yeah. Not forget this English show. Where card they knock and sober one. Go rack pala inside it. It no matter if you feel say I don't day abroad for so long and me Creole English size. Waiting important is waiting at the talk in the area. Waiting they talk myself the area. I go left down the land matter, Creole business, and the land matter. We'll take it up another time. As we are wrapping up, we cannot wrap up without we not touch on then two subjects there. Is the First Lady of Sierra Leone a civilian or a politician? One, was the timing of the wedding the appropriate timing? Was it an honeymoon or was it a bilateral visit? Mr. Zubai, they laugh. Make I go to you.
Me aussi, I'm expensive, but anyway,
you share with me because I mean, they try for balance for a long time. You know, so.
I know, right?
Listen, it's a year in review. How many shows that we don't talk, we don't get where we don't talk about? There is no way we can do a year in review and not touch on this subject. It's impossible.
Let me tell you, hands up to with First Lady, man. She entertained us from the beginning of the year up to now. It is dance for we. Let me tell you something. It is shaken for we. And we enjoy the fun. It make we able to say, wow, First Lady can be like this also. I can tell you now, any man will get that kind of woman day, if for Gladys, she can make a man a great man. She can fight for what he believes in. I love in tenacity, in strength, and what they get to him. But the only thing I would say, in seriousness, that woman they go abuse in power in that country. Day. That woman they go destroy the Mother Bill administration. That woman they go get rid of good people left in the government. If you not dance to her tune, you are out. Now the woman this way they threaten mob justice. So people the way hire a man. Remember now we hire a man for can work for we, but it is threatening we. For corporal punishment, it say, Ingo cut the man them genitalia. Now the eyes of the public. We don't tell me that they're going sign us, it begin dance. No social justice, only Fatima Bio, now you go do this kind of thing. Now the woman this way talk about ends of our girls. More picking them than sexually abused. Than before 2018, we take this mantle. Now the woman this way talk say they fight for women them. With 3,000 women them today, they rape them. Now the woman this where they go promise people them now constituency 110 say if they give them microcredit of 1.3 million, then it's another do it again because I'm not vote for what I believe in. This woman get power. We need to break them down. And next year, this year you win, mama. Next year, we will fight against you because you are not elected to any position. Get off our back, sit back. If you not sit down, we will come after you also. If you want to be a politician, run for office or let your husband give you position. You know, to nobody in our country. You don't get right for tell the military or the police system or the judiciary system for punish anyone. You know, to a lawyer, you know, to a police officer, nobody not elect you and sit back, chill, or else you will get the worst out of the ordinary Sierra Leonean them because we are becoming sick and tired of you ranting and flaunting yourself at the eyes of the social media. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you. You know, get choice. So,
all right. It's a really not keep on for go too much into this money issue for a couple of things. So we're not going to get right now. But I'll just put some things up for my people to understand. Salome for be the luckiest country in the world. If Fatima Biomi know the value of your office and teaching office the way we're supposed to teach them. We for don't benefit a whole lot because of the kind of charisma we get, the kind of attitude, a go-getter, and somebody where you get too much ambition. I tell them, never blame people around them, but there's certain points where I realize certain people around them. think it's just Fatima because it I have something right now bigger than what Timothy Salone look at. She's branding herself for a political office, and she's ready forward, and she's going. She's coming forward. But the problem what I don't see, we most Salone see most we family in the same way happen, and they see in abstract. Salone I can't be unforgiving. Most especially when it comes to political party. I don't see the same way I think we don't understand. Oh, a young woman who never get us feel like this on a farm, on a bad artist and that. No. Salone I can't see this way. I get talk about we unforgiving. You don't come to a point to say a first day first in office, not a political office. Not to just Sierra Leone, but most countries in the world. I say ceremonial office. Now possibly a mama to everybody, regardless of the political party. The moment you start for drift, slowly they go into politics. You don't begin tangle yourself a certain way where you go from the money for you come out in. I don't know if, again, I say this, I don't know if the BO family, they think, say maybe after election, after politics, they know the lost election, they never move out of Salone. But when they plan for live inside Sierra Leone, Fatima BO need for be careful. And no need for be careful about the people, about the opposition, and need for be careful about the people around them right now. That same people when they dance in a city, when they put sex in a city dance, that same person today where they need to appreciate the cause of Fatima. They're going to be the first one to tie Fatima to the wall. I got to see on this again. That same person in the and that's Fatima today in a street. That same person where the social media because of Fatima because the time for telling the to say, Mama, go back to your office and do your work and do ceremony and service, and then if go to the girl for Salone and get up. Because a woman again, I guess you get up to nasty and it's a war and fool and something. You go get I don't care what you say. But that would they push them. People never put one and say, I think you go for be one of the best presidents of Salone. You don't make the woman not begin lost. You don't begin to see power. You know not for go grab them. That same person never for counsel and back to we say that woman day. Now Satan, if you not put her down, that's not work now. The way you can say where which one they can use. Now what people in see to what people inside use.
That's right.
Fatima need for watch in backyard. Fatima need for watch the advice in the game. Most of the people that we grew up with today, you know, most of the way they encounter social media now, they say good, and bad, then they say. Now, the same thing when we defend anti again, politics is about branding. What you make Hillary Clinton win election in America, Republicans can take years and years for brand them, and then put them inside a box with them brand them where it come out if she was already been brand. And the same thing that with Fatima. Fatima, they not begin brand you. By the time they come say you want to take political say, or you already they're not brand you results going at it now. You get beaucoup potential, you get beaucoup upside, but you can destroy them. You can destroy them because you don't go put them inside politics, you put them into politics. And then people and the way they find you today. So before they tell you today, they come and put you face, they say stop. When they say that we're not the enemy then, now we're going to be good people and tomorrow. The one way they come for it's not much so then they pray for tell you the truth. Now they go for say they go for crucify. They already say Hosanna today, they go for crucify you tomorrow. Like Judas and the boy around you so they see it. Because for let them tell they go, nobody go put this woman down and talk to them and say, Mama, blow. Because right now Fatima and Salone, you either like them or you hate them. There's nothing in between. You either hate them to passion or you like her with passion. That's where we are today. And not to say for me. You're not a mama for the nation. You can be a mama for the entire nation, regardless of political party, if I go beyond that. But what they do, but good they do right now. So when they tell you to do the shadow, and he had to engine. Again, I love Fatima. Because I know the family will come out. I know in daddy. I know the kind home will come out. But again, today some of you are enemy because of the kind of the media, they talk and they tell for caution now, because we know what's in the behind. Some of you grow up in a political home, we know. Plenty might come right now. In salary, no why not care about your life for? I feel like your family eats. You don't care what things will happen tomorrow. We they see the long one, they see something they can't far. Because apparently in grave today, we know what you go through. We'll learn from some modern thing and they. That might kind of also eat na ipala. They can't 10 key dance, anything. The same thing I can't gonna think of sell them to your position. Now go stop. We can't Fatima and talk. I don't talk about I don't want to put money too much.
Exactly. When it comes to Fatima in talk, I don't think say we Boku and put much they too much. Was the wedding the right timing? I don't think so.
No.
But it's their wedding. That's fine. Was the honeymoon that what we turned out to be an honeymoon and we were told bilateral visits? Let us be straight with our people. Is Fatima a politician or a civilian? From where I stand, Fatima is a politician and not a civilian. Now, my dear lady, I understand say we all tuna sister. And waiting I mean by this, not so because we all two come out inside the same country, but I understand say we all tuna age mate, allegedly. Because I know one day see you birth certificate. Na yeri. Me, I know me own birth certificate. So from waiting a yeri and waiting me know of myself, I understand say we all tuna sister. Eh? I don't give a lot of advice. Sometimes your behaviors, spoken and unspoken, can left me wanting. Me not to somebody where they follow you page, me not to somebody where they follow you post. But sometimes people see it necessary for say, but we'll talk to this woman. And I can say social media sometimes not the best way for send you message across. I no go lie by you. You know one day cost me, you know one day challenge me, you know one day feature me. You know, there's mutual respect there. But go back to the video where I make the very weak way they swear you man in. That very netly. Go to the video where I make the Sunday. Now that video there, I lay out so many advice where I give you. I think that was my best advice to you then, and that remains my best advice to you now. I go talk them again in the open. I know a lot of people them, we don't contact you. We don't try for advise you with civility and with tact. But what I observe from afar is that you are headstrong. You're very headstrong. You do as you please and you think it is the right thing because there are some who are vuvuzela in you in this moment. But guess what? When you're at your worst, when you will actually need the vuvuzela they will disappear like vapor in the air. And at that end, that word where they can say, where they create people and can say, you take your hand dig ground not open. Now that end you go know that meaning there. But again, as a sister, a woman who is allegedly my age, I don't want that for you. I don't want to make you take your hand dig ground not open. So mind your ways. Be careful of your language. Be careful of your treatment. Be careful how you interact and negotiate with others. Be careful. Be mindful of your power and position. Because one thing is for certain, it not the last. It not the ever last. You want when you're at your lowest, when you're in the ground, someone doesn't come, somebody not come and kick you where you lay down a ground. But that then give you the hand and bring you come back up. That is what I want for you. At any time you feel lost, I don't do those things for recognition. I talk to a lot of people and people don't know who I talk to. And me, a person will not even give me number out like that. But anytime, my dear sister, if you feel lost, if you feel like you are choking, you can't breathe, and you realize, say, your funders, your flamers are just what they are, funders and flamers. There is a lady called Matilda J. Cole. She can be trusted. She's a secret keeper. She will work with you. Sometimes tact and diplomacy goes a long way. It says a lot more than what you will ever utter in words. Not be so hasty, not be so rushed. For always carry, I know they carry last. Sometimes it is okay to carry last. Sometimes it is okay not to have the last say and the last words. In this 2020, this will be my final words to you. I hope say you listen. For close the session tonight, we talk about the coronavirus. We talk about the fears. We talk about the spread. We do a lot of sensitization programs then. Even as una they say, una tata for this year to fumble them, how are we doing in terms of curbing the coronavirus in Sierra Leone? Mr. Zubairu.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, how will it do with the coronavirus? To be honest with you, we get isolated cases them in Sierra Leone. When we talk about corona, Mr. Marabio, JJ Safa, and the chief minister and the health minister, they come together and say, we go make so much money only if we lie. Let we put the state of emergency. Let we tell them, say we get a contingency plan where we do. Let we tell them, say we pay the frontline worker them, the essential worker them, which is far from the schools. They're not doing. What thing they do? IMF give them $147 million. The World Bank give them $100 million. Mr. JJ Safa go back and let $143 million. He said they pay in 15 years. The EU give them $25 million. And the Islamic Development Bank give them $10 million. What did they do? Not to PPE, then buy for them. They be said that they give the frontline worker them another $20 extra for where they become a frontline worker. The doctors, the nurses, them, the people where they clean for 12 weeks. If I humble them, Mr. Marabio refuse to pay them people here. Think about the money where them the country give them. It go and buy SUV for $1.5 million. If humble them, do we get coronavirus as a team up before us? And they tell the world, yes, me and frontline worker, and now they test me positive for coronavirus. I'm not getting no symptoms, but adhere to the rule. I gotta stay home. By Monday, I go back to work. I do have it because I take care of coronavirus people. Them then get what they call the PMM, and we see you're able for telling that. Say they get different type of testing them. The wrong test them, and I can tell you with me own, they give a false positive reading. But you know what's in this is a law country. Adhere to the rules and stay home, and you get paid. Me, a frontline worker, I've seen it. Me fumble them for 12, 18 hours. I'm with the goggles, the mask, the gown, changing them room to room for 16 to 18 hours. And can you imagine the people in our country, the simple, Mr. CEO will tell you now, the pulse oximeter, the president not able to get because $5. The AccuCheck machine, the president not able to give to that country then. The simple bathroom for the people them, where they quarantine, where come on a USA. This where it starts, the president then take them like they're a criminal. This is exactly what the president did. With this amount of money, when they give them, they fumble them. This president in the administration take all the money out. And what he tell we say, in order to give account to anybody how they spend the money. We get coronavirus. They're not to practice social distancing. They're not to wear mask. They're not to use sanitizer. They're not get clean water for wash their hand. Look now between Kisi to Cotton Tree, and during the day, almost 50,000 people they roam about, forget they're leaving. If coronavirus be dead the way that they say, we fumble them. I can tell you, if we don't ravage the country, no contingent plan this president put together. It's a money-making machine, and we know it. And Dr. Yom Keller, not the only person. We're going to them place them there outside the PP and make sure everything is ready. Ask the right questions down. You can say all you want to say. The only person where to go back and fight and question things behind the scene, Dr. Kanda Yom Keller. Not because I support him. I can call him out sometimes, and people that know. But not the only person we do him. Yes, it's a money-making machine. We get isolated cases of coronavirus. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, so waiting are your last goodbye to people for this year? Because this is yes.
Good. The which I will say, I tell God thank you for everything we don't do for me in particular. Me picking them, me family, me parents them, me friends them, and me partner, right? But I tell God thank you for the people them who were able to survive this debacle where we go through now the world. I tell God thank you with Salone. We are exempt from the coronavirus. I tell God thank you for all the way it don't do around the world. We they pray for we leader them, for continue to have mercy on the people. Think about the people them. Help them. Give a country life. Not think today, but think in the future. Madam Bia, you can be a good president. Mrs. Bia, you can be a first lady. And not too late. If you do good, like where una go take them, picking them, we been there in our country. You bring them, come back, and you give them money. God bless you for that. We appreciate you, sir, because you take your time and go save with sister them. We didn't go take them as slaves, Mr. Marabiu. We appreciate that. Do good for your country. Save the people. Love you people them. We go always bless you and your family. May God continue to bless you and your family also, Mr. Marabiu. And all the leaders them, including my own Kanda Yom Keller. And also Ms. Matilda, CEO, and all the people they listen today. May God continue for bless we. May God avert any sickness from we all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. CEO, the mic is yours.
Mr. I really talk. I just bow my head down because it's unfortunate, and I think so. Corona starts. I make a video. I put them out. I wish I would able to do more because even that time they don't even know how devastating this thing is until now. I didn't live into it. Only God and man know how many body that don't put inside bag on pronouns. Mr. I talk to you, so I mean get coronavirus. So if you prevent within doubt if the coronavirus day, me and my family may get them. But only my immediate family, I was on isolation for 14 days. I don't get symptoms. And luckily I did work out. I don't get a respiratory problem, I don't get no pre-existing problem. Plenty people are not fortunate. And plenty people they get and never know so they get pre-existing problems. So people get diabetes, they get blood pressure, they get asthma, they get emphysema, they get beaucoup problem that we don't beat them body them. They never make them out. We don't lost so many Sierra Leoneans in Maryland, New Jersey, New York, and around the country. People where they're supposed to do with we are today. And the second thing is that up to this day, as we the frontline workers, we do everything. We get all the things that we to protect ourselves. We don't know how they get them. As I talk to you, my things I know most of the time they want late for the insurance. I do work from 8 to 16 hours a day. I only sleep 3 to 4 hours or 5 hours for one camera because most of the workers in down. All man they get a patient and they get a non-stop.
Yes, sir.
So I talk to the family them. If anybody convinces the coronavirus, no day, a day. Okay? And we know the symptoms. Even though we test another symptom, but you forget small symptoms. That cough, yes. That body ache for calm, and they sweat over profusely in it. that body ache, that chest, small chest pain. I mean, a healthy man, no one gets no medical problem. And again, like I tell you, somebody look fine today with the car checking vital signs normal. Within the next 8 to 12 hours, they're gone. They're not even able to put them on the machine. They don't die. Now, let's look at the cities. Where I look at the culture in Sierra Leone. Most people, when the authority or even the policeman or soldier man, they go arrest people for mask. 90% not able to wear the mask properly. Most of them get the mask all in around their nose, the mouth, the nose, everything exposed. Now they hang like fashion. As if when I street and people with crowded president they come over, but get mask when they get them on a party them on, I don't want the thing cover them more. Then people say that they must have a cover. All this one exposed. Then we say we wear mask. The policeman say they can't ask you for mask, you don't get mask there. We're asking for mask. So what I tell us is that this is not a joke. We culture. We they come too close. We therefore touch. We know the worst. I know the play to nose them. Let's say that's where they fly. And then people talk to another Salone. We don't know if they or not. But this being said, the amount of RIP that they see on social media is alarming. I don't know what's in the cause. I don't know how in the kill people in a Salone. But the young people and they go down and they drop like flies. The family they drop like flies.
Yeah.
And now then go give money say for help. We'll not get ventilation in the country. We'll not get ventilators them. We'll not get no medication. They're not gonna buy SUV there. Another SUV for civil life them or family life. And you know God will left unto God. Because Salone also left unto God. Then make we go see God quick more than everybody else. Because also pass unto God. Everything also left unto God. Then make we all go fast. We can only ask questions. But this is not good for do with politics. Because whether you APCO, you SFPPO, you NGCO, you for CO, Corona not be particular. We come for knock it, they knock you down. Okay? When somebody make bad decision for your life, you have to question them. Because at the end of the day, it can be any one of we. And this corona, not means we get one thing, you get them back. You get them back. We don't know how the vaccine get for work. We're not getting no clue how the vaccine get for whether it get for react or not. We don't know. We only just the gamble right now. So maybe just asking now, do you allow we begin asking the tough questions then. Now we begin sensitize people them. Now we talk to people them. I don't know if again, I mean say because someone say they not say corona because of the way we behave. It might be true, but we will not be careless because inside them country they get all the medicine in the world, they get all the money, they get all the machines, they get everything. Then the direct flies.
Yeah.
They need to stop them. We see the vice president today go on national TV for go take the vaccine, so they go show the world side they take vaccine, for let the big people let them can't take them. Now we know what's in the go on, we're not getting no life now. We don't go no side, no business, no they go on nothing. Now the one of the worst Christmases ever. But not to that, not the worst thing. For let's see somebody who gets family, get good people in. He die alone like a pauper, nobody know around for touching you until he died. Let me come in Mr. Zimbabwe they talk, yeah, I tell you wrong, not to for that thing. It's devastating. It's sorrowful. When you not see him, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. When somebody die like you and you're not able to do nothing for him. Hey, they call him picking him, they call him money, they call him wealth. No, they're around. Do ya at the big family, do ya? Lord fights, Lord, whatever we can, Lord cross 2020, so maybe 2021 we are small. But this year, I believe say each and every one will know somebody who we need to or who love or who sabi will die. 2020 are massive. This year it come with I don't know what it come with, but yeah, Lord we do what we'll go a couple of weeks more. Lord we fight. What we need for fight, Lord cross. Maybe the other side will look better small.
Yeah.
I tell now thinking, do ya corona area. But they talk to issue, I mean get them, we get them, we fight them. But women lucky will not end, what's other people they end. Women lucky will not be admitted in the hospital. Other people the other people not lucky. Now wait stay you can only before you know say area. Take them from we don't go through the test of time. Most of me work meet and they out. Most of them work meet. Most of them on the floor and they fight them. Do you at the big? Let me protect yourself. Do you at the big?
Yeah, Mr. Tarawali.
Yeah.
The only thing again I want to say, I know it's not just to the program, but just 1 minute here, Ms. Matilda. The particular mRNA we then gets that vaccine day. We know some majority of the black people they say they're not take them. Do you allow we think and let we read? Now not take them for me. This is not a live virus that they give people them. This vaccine we need for take them for let we get this herd immunity. Make we able to go back and travel in our country. Make we able to live life like we did before. You are the big, let people go ahead and read and take this vaccine. it will make a big great difference. Symptoms there. Even the regular flu vaccine, when you get symptoms. But please, then be able for due diligence and this. The success rate was good. Let people take this vaccine. Now, big number, the big. Go read for about a little bit the mRNA, and then you see what's going to happen. That's normal. That's all I want for Sima. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so Corona. About a few weeks ago, my older sister also was diagnosed with Corona, and he spent 14 days isolation in a house. And guess what? She too is a medical doctor. I see within the virus they do to him body, what he do to your lungs. And I mean, I eat well, I'm healthy. She's 3 times more healthier than I am. She works out, they work out a lot more than me, they work out. She's very much health conscious than me. Obviously, being a doctor, you know, she spends long hours working in her own job, not to 9 to 5 like me. And, you know, 2 days ago, one of my niece, who is now doing her residency, put out a post for say, here I am taking my first shot of the vaccine. And what he say is that for a week and a half now, she's been at the hospital. She's very tired. She's losing patients. And he said the patients, the way they lose the most are the Black, the brown, and the Hispanic. He said we know say this part of the population, people them, get the apprehensions them. He said for obvious reasons that history will tell. He said, but for this very moment in the big, make their apprehensions then they not cloud with judgment as of what we know is true. So again, I go join the world for say, make we apprehensions them of past experiences of our forefathers and even our mothers and grandmothers, not cloud with judgment of what is and what we know. I want to take the time for sound off and beg the ambassador to Guinea and say, do ya, Papa Ambassador, look into the case of them 22 Bobodem, we come on a Calabaton bottle field, where them been left Salone and they try for go look for greener pastures inside Niger, and then reach Guinea during the election, and the Guinean forces then take them as rebel. Say the vice president of Salone, they mount a rebellion for attack Guinea. The Bobodem, they don't meet them with any ammunition, any drugs, anything. The only thing is that they meet them with approximately $8,000 money where they don't gather between themselves, all 22 of them. I want to make the CEO show that picture. Now some of the Bobodem done they, you know, a couple of days before they left Freetown, we then all come to, some of them come together, they celebrate. If we technical team can show that still picture, as you see, these are young boys just trying to look for a greener pasture because things then been strong as Salone, and they feel say, if they take the journey to no man's land, quote unquote, better go follow them. And now they've been languishing in the Guinean prison. They hold them na Manu in Guinea. Now decide where them is supposed to take the motorcar for go inside Mali, and then from Mali transport me for take them for go inside Niger. Do ya, Papa Ambassador? This is now one of the reasons why make you are an ambassador for intervene for your people them, especially in areas or in times when they are being accused wrongly and falsely. These are young boys. They were only trying to fend for themselves. and then then get caught in harm's way during the Guinean election. Do ya help for plead for their release? Make them come back home. Make them can rejoin them families them. And then they normal get for say. We don't talk beaucoup today about, the year looking back, a year in review looking back. Like I say, something and the way we're not able to touch on, but we touch on beaucoup in them. And it was a fruitful engagement, fruitful discussion. Next year, when we come back, we get beaucoup for talk about already. We get for talk about that 54 million rice, plantation. Waiting involved, waiting the inside, waiting not the inside, waiting that mean for the Sierra Leonean people them, and waiting it not mean for the Sierra Leonean people them. The Parliament approves Freetown International Airport expansion project of 270 million to the Suma groups of company. Then sign the deal, then do the launching, then turn the swords before then take and go for inside Parliament for approval. What does that mean? What is in there for the Sierra Leonean people? We get to talk about the 8 financial ratifications them we Parliament do. What it mean for the Sierra Leonean people them? We get to talk about the non-partisan local election. We know say beaucoup opposition, then don't condemn that, then say then they're against that. Why? For what reason? What it mean in terms of democracy, in terms of politics? We go talk about that. We go also talk about December, few months ago, the AG Bingi, the one them from the the COI inquiry, it said by December 24th, then for pay up or then lose them property. We know say by November 15, by end of November, about 15 of them been they go into some form of settlement. We don't know the name. We get to talk about that because when we come back, December 24 go don't pass. And we go here waiting they happen. And we go talk about that. And I shall say beaucoup other things and get for come where we get for talk about. But for today, here is what I want to say. I want to say kudos to the mayor of Freetown, Yvonne Akisoya. I want to say kudos for in tenacity, in strength, and in bravado. Against all odds, she's persevering and she is working. It might not be perfect. It might not be, it not go look good and rosy, but at least we have evidence to show that she's doing the work. Again, I want to say thank you to somebody where answer the clarion call at a moment where it is very important, Vicky Remo. We take on the initiative, the COVID-19 rescue initiative. That was a brave thing for her to do. She did it at the time when the nation, the healthcare system not been get any structure, not been know waiting and they do. She took on upon herself, form a team, carried out mass distribution, make a clarion appeal to the world coming with money, and again, it show we proof of waiting they do. I want to say bravo to Dr. Fatufona Sise and Dr. Sheku Sise on the unanimous grant where they receive for the healthcare Mami and Pikin Foundation, and also for the teaching hospital where they go do some capacity training and hands-on training to some of we doctors them, especially in the area of pediatrics and gynecology. Bravo to you all, you're doing a good job. And to the government, all might not be rosy, but guess what? I go acknowledge the fact that, say, in this year, how you secured 54 million rice projects. In this year, you also signed a deal of 270 million airport expansion. In this year, you got $400 million compact grants, free money. In this year, you get 15 million euro for you added for boost your 2021 budget. Money we already done dispersed to the financial minister. So I'm not gonna say all was bad. I'm saying that maybe you are laying foundations, but definitely we are not making gains, because to make gains is to see dividends, like I can say. To make gains is for see the results trickle down to the population, to the poor, to the very poor, to the extremely poor. So until we begin to see that, I applaud your efforts so far. They say where somebody they try you for say then they try, but that not mean for say all is well and all is good. I know that I've been very tough on you, but someone needs to be tough on you so that you will do the work. And yes, me people them, we go look inside Mrs. Lara Telopias into report them. We not go talk about the money. We not go talk about waiting the report said today, but we go look inside. Because one thing's all, statistics not a lie, data not a lie, number not a lie. And that is one such woman. Wait today on my Facebook, I say her name. And again, I will say here, say her name, Lara Taylor Pierce. Thank you for your service to nation. You've been consistent regardless of the party, regardless of the government. That is what you call ethics. That is what you call professionalism. Thank you for your service to nation. The people of Sierra Leone cannot pay you for what you have done, what you will continue to do for that nation. But for my seat, to your home and to your table, I say thank you. Me people them corona real, corona they kill. And I don't see we all inside us so don't get different experiences them of corona, whether directly or indirectly. Make we take care of ourselves during this Christmas season, during this glady season. Make we take care of one another. I want to tell all the different panelists them we grace the Sierra Leone issues show throughout the year. I want to tell all the people them we take them time and watch Tanky. I want to tell the VOS team Tanky. I want to tell me special technical person we nobody know they ever see, but they make the show run smoothly. Boku Tanky. May God bless we all usai we day. And make we all see 2021 with well body and colat wherever we find we safe na the world. God bless on all. God bless we all. Waiting we defend na this world. Make God give una Merry Christmas and hoping for a blissful and happy New Year. C'est pas un adieu, c'est juste un au revoir. Joyeux Noël à tous. Merci.
Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup. So you make me say one talk the French.